but can do it here. Swinging a drive. Deep center field. Going back is Scott. And that one is gone. This game is tied at 6. Harden drives in. Harden. And it's rejected by Flag. Flag recovers it. Flag driving. He might go coast to coast. Gives it to Nembhard in the corner. Nembhard for 3. Bang! For 3. Ryan Nembhard makes it a 20-point lead. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders! Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown! And welcome in everybody to District Nation as we are here back after calling a game on Wednesday that had no involvement with our Nats. Here we are for the first game of a 3-game series between the Washington Nationals and the San Diego Padres. Hello everybody and welcome into District Nation. We do lots of play-by-play focusing on the Nationals, Mavericks, and Commanders. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's live stream. The Nationals, who find themselves 1 game over 500, are going to take over and play against a pretty good opponent in the San Diego Padres. Yeah, tonight we'll have a good game because this is a good test for this Nationals team. This National team has been really good lately. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They took the first 2 games of the series with the Guardians. They lost the game on Wednesday, but on Saturday and Sunday, they won 2 games. So that was a 4-game win streak for a little while. Couldn't hold on for 5 games, but still, that's 4 of 5 from teams like the Braves and the Guardians. And it is not like those teams are bad. Those are some good teams, too. You got to admit, those are 2 good teams. They're over 500. They're both good teams. And here they are, the Nationals coming in to play another good team. They're going to play another good team in the San Diego Padres at 31-24. Funny is they find themselves 3rd in their division. Same deal with the Nats, where they have a good record this year, one of their better ones. And they're 3rd in their division, only half a game behind the Phillies, who just happen to have only played 1 less game than us. The Nationals are 29-28, and the Phillies are 29-27. Pure Adrenaline Sports is here. He says, have a great stream. What's up, Pure Adrenaline Sports? Everyone, be sure to check out Pure Adrenaline Sports. We're going to be doing power rankings with him on Sunday. Should be returning to that noon on this channel as well as his, but tune in to mine where you can find us as well. You can hit that like and subscribe button to both our channels and look at the new collaborative channel, Pure Adrenaline Football. So today, the Nationals will take on the Padres, and they've got an interesting lineup going here pitching-wise. Paxton Schultz is going to be the opener today, and the man who's starting on the mound is awesome Andrew Alvarez. That's awesome. No really pun intended there, but awesome Andrew finds himself on the mound after Paxton Schultz is the opener. Andrew Alvarez, usually they do a righty and a righty starting on the mound with a lefty opener. I mean, it's different today. We got a righty opener with a lefty starter. This works. Might as well try it, especially against a lineup that'll bring some heavy righty hitters like Manny Machado. And then, of course, Fernando Tatis Jr., 2 heavy-hitting righty hitters. Might as well send a righty up at them first and then bring in awesome Andrew to throw 4 or 5 innings. This is a real test for the Nationals today. And there's good reason here. The Washington Nationals have always been great. It's been numbers until we play the Padres. Over the past couple of years, we've run into the Padres, and things go downhill from there. I think that if the Nationals take this series, we are a legit team this year. It might be a little bit of frauds, maybe up to this point. But the Padres have always given us trouble, and this is a good team with a good offense. They're going to bring Lucas Giolito to the mound, a good righty. The Nationals are going to throw a ton of lefties at him, though. Wood, Garcia Jr., Abrams, Lyle, Ruiz, Nunez, just a few of the guys you're going to see. And then here, the Nats are going to come in and face a good team with some good lefties to face them. So what does everybody else think? Be sure to throw in the chat your thoughts on this game so we can check out everything we need to know. So here we go. We're going to get into the pregame just a little bit, look at some numbers. There's some familiar faces in D.C. today. If Nationals fans remember him, Craig Stammen is back as the manager for the San Diego Padres. Craig Stammen is their manager. Stammen was a pitcher for the Nationals. He was a relief pitcher in the 2010s. He actually faced the Nationals as a Padres pitcher, and the Nationals hit 4 home runs in a row off of him, which was really fun to watch. The Nationals offense just exploded that day, and they put up 2 home runs on a former pitcher of theirs. They just absolutely went off on him. Now, Craig Salmon is back as the manager for the San Diego Padres. A couple former Nats are managers. Kurt Suzuki has an Angels squad here. It's the Los Angeles Angels, where his first base coach is Adam Eaton. So, many familiar faces around the leagues. You got, if Rendon was still playing, you'd have Rendon, Eaton, and Suzuki all on one team, but Rendon obviously no longer on a team. I believe he retired. He is my favorite player probably of all time. Besides Trey Turner, Anthony Rendon's up there. I believe he turned in his retirement papers, and he's out. He is no longer on the team. Yeah, his contract was restructured. He will not play. So I believe they just said it will now be paid over several years, but he just won't play. So that's an interesting thing for him. But here, let's talk a little bit about the Nationals. The Nats, 29-28. They're going to try Schultz on the mound. Paxton Schultz has not been the best arm. I mean, the ERA says it's an over 5 ERA. What does that mean as he's going to start this game? I don't know. You're not starting a guy who's ever closed out a game. Usually you run it with a closer or someone who's familiar in that role. Instead, they're going to throw a guy who's usually a late innings guy towards the end of the game when they need a good outing. But Paxton Schultz, this season, 15 games, 0-2 with a 5.30 over 18.2 innings worked. 21 strikeouts. Not A-plus numbers, but that's the Nationals bullpen for you. The Nationals bullpen is not great, but they're not bad at the same time. Over the past few games, Nationals bullpen has been awesome with guys like Brad Lord coming out of the pen. They've been doing great. You got Andrew Alvarez coming out of the pen. All these guys who have been really, really good coming out of the pen. And as well for the Nats, they've got hitters ready to back them up, though. And Austin Andrew is ready right behind him. So whenever we need to, we can take Schultz out of the game and Andrew Alvarez can take over. I think the prime example of how this opener strategy is supposed to work is what happened with Zach Littell on Tuesday. I talked about it with the pregame show that we filmed. Thanks to everyone who did tune into that and hit that like button. But there was 2 innings worked by P.J. Pullen. Great outing. We'll talk more on Pullen as we get closer to game start and the transaction recently made. But Pullen goes 2 innings. Zach Littell goes 7 innings. That is basically a complete game because Pullen is a part of the start. That is basically a complete game. Awesome stats, awesome numbers from that game. I love when that works. When we can have 2 pitchers pitch an entire game and backwards. Pullen throws 2 innings at the beginning, sets it up well for Littell to just go for the rest of the game. Throws over 100 pitches, but that is completely fine. And here we go. We're getting closer and closer to first pitch. This is at Nationals Park. They're back from a road trip for another homestand. So I'm happy to be on the mic for game 1. We may be on the mic for game 3. That's TBD, but still excited to be here hanging out with everybody as we get closer to game time, about 7 minutes away from first pitch. Let's talk about the transaction made. P.J. Pullen sent down to AAA Rochester because we needed to recall Cole Henry. So I think stepping into P.J. Pullen's shoes here real quickly, he's been up and down so far. This is the second time he's sent down. I think he's going to be that guy who just keeps going up and down between the levels. And there's always a guy like that. Usually every team has one where they just keep sending him up and down. And he's throughout the year. I could see him being called up and sent down 4 or 5 times. He's obviously going to be the first arm ready to go when there's IL spots, when someone gets put on the IL. If someone goes down, Pullen's going to be the first one called. Pullen is good at the major league level. He's a good arm, but there are better arms, I think, up here. Cole Henry, a great arm. I'm excited to see Cole Henry pitch tonight because I believe he will. A righty-heavy lineup. This lineup, the Padres, I think Cole Henry will match well with them. He'll mix well. So today, you got a rematch of a trade that recently happened 4 years ago. Soon coming up to 4 years. Just a few months away from the 4-year anniversary. The trade made Juan Soto and Josh Bell for James Wood, C.J. Abrams, Harley Susana, Luke Voigt, and Robert Hassel III. It's safe to, and Mackenzie Gore. It is safe to say we won that trade. They lost both players of that trade in Soto and Bell very quickly, too. Fairly quickly, they lost Soto and Bell. Abrams is a star. Wood's one of the best hitters in baseball right now. Same with Abrams. Abrams is probably going to start at shortstop in the All-Star game. Hassel is raking in AAA. He could come up at any point ready to go. Harley Susana is going to be one of the best closers in baseball in a few years. I'm calling it now. Luke Voigt gave us what we needed. A few good games in 2022, got us through, helped out with the rebuild. Didn't need to pay him much. He sat on the team, did what he needed to do, that is what we needed out of him at that moment, and he gave it to us. So we won that trade. Mackenzie Gore gave us a few good years. Then we got Gavin Feen for him. So Gavin Feen is what we get for him with other prospects thrown in there, but Feen's been doing well. This trade, we won. We definitely won this trade. And looking at it now, the Padres, obviously, they're always contending teams. They're always going to be a little over 500, fighting themselves in the playoffs. The Nationals, that's not usual. And the Nationals, the reason they're here is two guys from that trade in Wood and Abrams. So Wood and Abrams are performing at amazing levels that we never expected James Wood and C.J. Abrams to. I expected Wood to go out and have a good season. He could win a Silver Slugger this year. Same with Abrams. They could both be All-Stars. I believe they'll both be All-Stars, but I didn't expect them to do that. I thought Wood would come out and be good. I thought Abrams would be All-Star best. This is better than All-Star. This is star of the show right now. Top 10 hitters in the league. Abrams and Wood should be on that list. If someone is making a top 10 list, and I believe when people have, they've put both those guys on the list. So we got what we needed out of that trade. We won. And tonight you got a rematch. Soto, now in a Mets jersey. Bell is I think he's in a Twins jersey. You lost both of them, and we get everything. And we've only lost one piece of it, probably the worst piece of the trade in Gore. Gore, who's been terrible in Texas. I feel bad for him, but we won the trade. In talking about the trade, we won that trade. So we're just 4 minutes away from first pitch here, so I'm going to get going with the official starting lineups and batting order for the Padres. Let's first talk about the Padres, whose offense has been pretty good, but their bullpen has been struggling a little bit, or not struggling. They're second in relief ERA. Of course, you got Mason Miller in the pen for them, so Mason Miller's going to come out. You gotta have runs on the board so Miller doesn't come out of the pen. That's the one thing you got to do. Let's get started with the official starting lineups and batting order for today's game. For the Padres, who are 31-24, they are third in the NL West. Their record on the road is 19-12. Leading off is going to be Fernando Tatis Jr. He is the second baseman. Batting second is Gavin Sheets, the left fielder. Batting third at shortstop is Xander Bogaerts. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Manny Machado. Batting fifth is going to be Jackson Merrill. Batting sixth is going to be Miguel Andujar. He's the designated hitter. Batting seventh is going to be Ramon Laureano, the right fielder in today's game. Batting eighth is going to be the first baseman, Ty France. And batting ninth is going to be the catcher for today's game, Freddie Fermin. And on the mound for the Padres will be Lucas Giolito, former Padres, or former Nationals minor league hand. I believe he pitched a little in the big leagues for us. Once again, that's Tatis Jr., Sheets, Bogaerts, Machado, Merrill, Andujar, Laureano, France, Fermin, or Fermin, however it is, Giolito on the mound with a 2-0 and 2.70 ERA. For Blake Buteras, Washington Nationals, who are 29-28, they are 19-12 on the road and 10-16 at home. Leading it off is going to be the designated hitter, James Wood. Batting second, the first baseman, Luis Garcia Jr. Batting third, the third baseman, Curtis Mead. Batting fourth at shortstop is C.J. Abrams. Batting fifth in right field, Dylan Cruz. Batting sixth in left field is Dalen Lyle. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Jacob Young. Batting eighth, the catcher, Keibert Ruiz. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Nasim Nunez. And on the mound is going to be Paxton Schultz. He's 0-2 with a 5.30 ERA. Once again, that's Wood, Garcia Jr., Mead, Abrams, Cruz, Lyle, Young, Ruiz, Nunez with Schultz on the mound. Let's go through the chat now. Prime VA 757 says, Nats Fran from Virginia living in Hawaii. Let's go. What is up, Prime VA 757? Once we get better pitching, we can win another championship. I completely agree with you. Once this team finds their ground a little bit, they are going to win a championship. Prime VA, you are completely right. This team is going to win a championship when they fix up their bullpen just a little bit. It's not even the starters anymore. Keep Foster Griffin on this team. Keep Cade Cavalli on this team. It's a good team. Charles is here saying, hello, Mr. DCCO, great night. What is up, Charles? Hope you're having a good day. He is saying hello to Charles. Hey to Prime. Let's go, Prime. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get going here. We just gained 2 subs. Let's go. We're at 287. We started at 285 on the day. Thank you so much for those 2 new subs. Charge! getting ready here. Remember, this might be a little bit ahead of me. The Gamecast might be a little ahead. Let me make the call. No spoilers in the chat. That's the only rule in here. Just have fun with it. Enjoy the broadcast tonight for the Washington Nationals and San Diego Padres. That 2019 team was underrated. Yes, they were. No one expected them to do what they did. 79 degrees is going to be our first pitch temperature. We should be getting started right on time. 6:45. So it's going to be Fernando Tatis Jr. to lead it off for the Padres. They're wearing their road pinstripe gray alternates, maybe kind of cream brown there. Got some yellow and brown trim. And the Nationals will be wearing their City Connects, I believe. And they're here, right here. City Connects, the blueprints for them. I believe they're going to be wearing that with this hat as well. So let's go. Yeah, that team was really underrated. And they're not. They're going to be wearing their alternate blues. My mistake. 15 games, an 0-2 record for Schultz with a 5.30 ERA. 18.2 innings worked for him. 5 walks, 21 strikeouts. Good numbers for him. Now let's just see if this Nationals team can back up Schultz offensively and defensively. So it'll be Fernando Tatis Jr. to lead it off for the San Diego Padres. Just remember, this will be a little bit ahead of me. Let me make the call. No spoilers in the chat. Only rule in here also. Be nice in the chat. Does Tatis have a home run? Let's check, PAS. Tatis still is at 0 home runs and 16 RBIs for this 260 season. So Tatis still, his home run drought continues. Here we go. It'll be Fernando Tatis Jr. to lead this one off. We'll be getting started about a minute late, maybe at 6:46 p.m. So it is just a little bit ahead of me on ESPN. Just let me make the call. No spoilers in the chat. I really don't pay attention to that ESPN screen at all. So here we go. And this is not the field to do it at. Not the right fielder to try to hit a home run on with Dylan Cruz, Jacob Young, and Dalen Lau. But Wood is not in the field today. Wood, the home run robber, is not here. Schultz sets. He delivers to Fernando Tatis Jr. In there, called strike one with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and we're underway right here from Nationals Park, just a minute late at 6:46 p.m. Coming set is Schultz. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a grounder foul, and it'll be 0-2. I'm calling it. He gets one tonight. Oh, bold call, Mr. PAS. Bold call. Very bold call. So Tatis hitting 260 as said. 16 ribbies, but he does not have a home run yet. Schultz comes set. He wears number 75 on the mound. The 0-2. And Tatis slaps this one into center field. That's going to be a base hit in front of the center fielder, Jacob Young. Tatis just slapped that one 0-2 there, and that's a base knock. Slapping that one right back where it came from. Just put it right up the middle. Looks like Schultz served it right up to him. Low in the zone. A breaking ball where Tatis just poked it into center. So that's a base hit. Yes, thanks for subscribing, Prime VA. Thank you so much. You're a Nats fan and a VA fan living in Hawaii. That's awesome. So now, Tatis is at first, always a threat to go, and it'll be Gavin Sheets as coming set. Is Schultz. Sheets from the left side. First pitch, Sheets takes a cutter in there, called strike one on the outside corner. It'll be an 0-1 count. Just located that one in the zone for Sheets, who's hitting 248 with 9 bombs. 23 ribbies with an 818 OPS. Coming set is Schultz. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball through the hole in the right center field. Rounding second, headed for third is Tatis. Young up with it. He'll just throw it in to the second baseman, Nunez. And now there's runners on the corners with no one out here at the top of the first. So that's just a rope in a right center on the ground. So I think it's safe to say this does not work with Paxton Schultz. This opener strategy does not work with him. 2 singles in a row, and there's runners at the corners. So Austin Andrews probably going to inherit a run here. I'm going to make a bold prediction there, but I think he might inherit a run. So now it'll be Xander Bogaerts, who's playing shortstop in today's game. No outs and runners on the corners for him. He's hitting 245, 7 home runs, 24 ribbies. Schultz comes set at the belt. He waits, now he fires. And that is in there, called strike one with fastball at 95 miles an hour right into the zone. Mark Ripperger is our man behind the plate. Derek Thomas over at first. Dan Merzel at second. And Dan Bellino, the crew chief of today's crew, is at third. And I did not forget the sound effect. Here's the pitch, and that is fouled back. It'll be 0-2. You better believe I did not forget it.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
Gotta play that sound effect every time I mention the umpires. Well, not every time I mention it, just when I usually announce them for the first time or when they make a good or bad call. It's going to be 0-2 here to Bogaerts. Schultz now at 7 pitches. If he could get out of this with no runs, that'd be impressive. He waits. He's not calling his own pitches out there. Ruiz is calling his pitches, his man behind the plate. The 0-2. Low ball one with a changeup, and it's a 1-2 count. 87 miles an hour there. And it makes it a 1-2 count. Bogaerts. Threat to hit one out, but Schultz is good at keeping it in the ballpark usually. When the Mets had that big extra inning game where they went to, I think it was 11 innings, where us and the Nats went deep, where us and the Mets went into a long game, Schultz was the last pitcher. The 1-2 is outside with a changeup, and that evens up the count at 2-2. I believe in that game, Schultz kept the ball in the park, but he was put into a very bad situation where he was in the 12th after pitching 3 days straight, thrown into the game, obviously exhausted, extra innings, not what the Nationals needed after a break. Here comes the 2-2. Just low ball through with a fastball at 94. Almost painted the zone that time, and that fills up the count to 3-2. District Buddy rooting hard for y'all tonight. Beat those Padres or Dre's. All right. Thanks, CH, for tuning in. I saw you had your first couple streams. That was cool. Got to see those. Hit that like button. Here comes the 3-2. Swinging a fly ball, deep left field, but the left fielder Lyle's there. He's behind it. Fires it home. Tatis is coming. The throw's in a second, actually, and that's a sac fly, and it's 1-0. So the Padres do get one on the board. Xander Bogaerts drives in one with an RBI sac fly. So it's now the Padres 1, the Nationals 0 here in the top of the first. Padres want to get one quick. I think the Padres have one thought here, and that thought is have a lead going into the 9th inning of 2 or 3 runs and be able to just give it to Mason Miller to take over. That'd be the situation they'd want. Here's the pitch to Manny. Manny Machado takes a cutter at 90 in there, called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. Yeah, this is a really bad situation for the Nats. They've got to face Mason Miller if they're losing in the 9th. And Mason Miller is arguably the best pitcher in baseball right now. He's on Cy Young watch. Here comes the 0-1. And Manny swings and fouls this one first base side, and it's 0-2. Fouled off a slider there on the low and outside corner. I think you want to have a lead in the 9th or the 8th, whatever inning is the last inning the Nationals happen to hit in. You do not want to face, I was about to say Gavin Sheets, Mason Miller. Manny hitting .276 in his career with 378 home runs, over 1,100 RBIs. Now Schultz will go over and throw to first, back in safely as Sheets without a dive. So that's the first disengagement by Schultz. Thanks for your support, bro. You are welcome. And thanks for your support coming in here every night, hanging out with me on stream. So to be 0-2 here, 1 out. Schultz now at 13 pitches. I think Schultz is only going to get 1 now. Then they'll just pass it on to Awesome Andrew. Here comes the 0-2, the pitch. Swinging a foul back on a fastball at 94 up in the zone. We'll do 0-2 again. So we got plenty baseball games going on tonight. Plenty of MLB action. I think all 30 teams are playing, as they usually do on a Friday. And the Nationals just happen to be one of the first games. So this is one of the first streams of the night. Mason Miller went over a year between losses. Spectacular. Yeah, that's crazy. Here comes the 0-2. Set up outside as the catcher. Here's the pitch. Low and out with a slider, and that'll make it a 1-2 count. Ruiz set up outside and did give Schultz a signal. After Schultz was set, ready to go, Ruiz kind of put his hand out and said, you got to throw it outside. Jackson Merrill's on deck. Your support and contribution on District Nation Network is greatly appreciated. Smash some free subs and hit the like button. Let's go. The 1-2. Swing! And a miss. Set a fastball right in the zone at 93 miles an hour. And Manny Machado is set down in strikeout fashion. Strikeout number 1 of the night for Paxton Schultz. Possibly the only one he sees, but he gets the best hitter in this order to strike out in Manny, the 4-hitter. I love when Manny Machado strikes out. There you go. Out number 2 in the inning. Now it's the lefty Merrill with a runner on first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Merrill, and that is way outside with a slider. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Got to throw the Bob Uecker in there. Rest in peace, Bob Uecker. One of the best radio guys, but you got to know him from the movie Major League. He played Harry Doyle. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a changeup. That one was low and out of the zone. It'll be a 1-1 count. That one thrown low. Got Merrill to chase, so that evens up the count. So it'll be 1-1 here. That was not right. It just moved my camera down. Sorry, everybody. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's a 1-2 count. Sorry, everybody. Just having troubles with the camera here. Trying to keep it where I want it. So this will be good for now. So it'll be 1-2 here. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Merrill. Outside, ball 2, and that evens up the count. This really annoys me. I like it when you can see that I have a microphone here. That's important to me. There you go. There we go. That's much better. So it'll be a 2-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Schultz to Merrill. The pitch. Low ball 3 with a changeup, and that makes the count 3-2. So the count is full now with 2 outs. Runner at first, Sheets will be moving on the pitch. So 3-2, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Thanks to everyone who's already tuned in. 1-0 Padres if you're just joining us for this evening baseball. Schultz got his sign. He comes set. He waits. Now the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball fouled on the first base line. We'll do 3-2 again. Ball girl will grab that and toss it up to a fan. That's a Padres fan coming over. You can't give it to the Padres fan. Even as a little kid, let the Nats fan take it and then give it to the Padres fan. We're at Nationals Park. That's just my take, though. Give it to a Nats fan and then have a Padres fan get it from the Nats fan. So a new ball will be put into play now. That one was dirty that Schultz just got. This will be 3-2, 2 outs. Schultz comes set after checking on the runner Sheets. The 3-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball, third base side. We'll do 3-2 again. So we are now 23 pitches for Schultz here in the first. Good thing we're using an opener, because a starter using 23 pitches in the first inning is not a good bid for a long outing. Good thing we have Andrew Alvarez ready to go. Good thing Andrew will come out of the pen. Awesome Andrew, used to a bullpen role. Now he'll get what a starter usually gets for the Nats. The 3-2 again. Here comes the pitch. High ball forward with a cutter at 89 miles an hour, and that's a walk. So Paxton Schultz gives up a walk, and now there's 2 runners on with 2 outs. Boo, not the Padres fan, JK. Yeah, if it's a young kid, it's better, but still, give it to a Nats fan, then the Nats fan can give it to the Padres fan if they so desire. It's got to be Miguel Andujar, who's hitting, or Andujar, 267 average. I'm gonna get this name. I'm gonna figure out the pitch. Andujar takes a changeup inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. He is the DH in today's game, so won't need to say his name anytime he's on field. So it'll be 1-0, 2 outs here. 9 balls, 16 strikes for Schultz in this inning so far. He's at 25 now. No way he comes out for a second inning. The pitch, swinging a ground ball. This is going to be fielded by the third baseman Meade. Goes to second with it, and that's the out made. So fielder's choice, 5-4, ends the inning. So the Nationals will come up to bat. This time, the Padres do get a run on the board here in the first. They get 1 run. It is earned on 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. So we'll head to the bottom of the first. After the top of the first, it's now the Padres 1, Nationals coming up. Also, don't forget to tap the like and subscribe. Show some love for District Nation, bringing you the best in Nationals play-by-play. Thank you, CH Man. Thank you for those kind words. And be sure to do that. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We're getting close to 300. Ronald Duffney saying hi. What's up, Ronald? Ronald always tuning in, usually around this time of the game, just to say, hey, he was here last night, or Wednesday night, the last time we were streaming. That was kind of an on-the-spot stream, too. We still racked up a good amount of views, so thanks to everyone who tuned into that one at last minute. Still check the like count here, even though we just got started. We already got a ton of views. Let's go, everybody. Thanks for already tuning in. We got a few people in the chat. We already got 10 likes on the stream. Let's go. 10 likes immediately. 11 now. Let's go. 11 likes immediately. Thank you so much to everyone who already hit that like button. So now it'll be James Wood, the designated hitter, to lead it off, and then Luis Garcia Jr., the first baseman, and then the third baseman, Curtis Mead. Those are the guys you're going to see in the bottom of the first for the Nationals against Lucas Giolito. I bet Giolito swings to the first pitch, or Wood swings to the first pitch and goes yard. That is my bold prediction. He's a lefty, Giolito's a righty. Why not hack? And he's right above me, too. So I support you, Mr. Wood. It'll be James Wood to lead it off. Wood, Garcia Jr., Mead. Padres outfield from left to right, though. Sheets, Merrill, and Laureano, one of those guys is going to have to climb the fence here if they want to grab this one that Wood's about to hit. I bet he hacks first pitch, or at least first AB. He's going to be aggressive here because they already scored a run. It'd be nice to just get right back at him in the bottom of the first. Just even it up right again. That'd be the best thing the Nationals can do is Giolito will work out of the wind. He wears number 55. You don't see that number from starters a lot. Giolito on the wind. First pitch to Wood. Wood takes a fastball high at 88 miles an hour. So that's how Giolito's outing gets started. He has 2 starts this season. 2-0 record with a 2.70. Over 10 innings. 5 strikeouts in that time. That's a changeup that bends in there called strike 1, but 8 walks as well. So he walks a good amount of guys. So the Nationals could be patient. A team that can be patient when they need to be. Needs to be patient tonight. The 1-1. Wood takes a fastball inside, ball 2, and it's a 2-1 count. So I take back what I said about Wood swinging. Be patient up there. A 276 hitter, 15 home runs, 37 ribbies, a 967 OPS. The 2-1 to Wood. Wood takes a changeup low and out, then it'll make it a 3-1 count. 288 subscribers. Let's go. Thanks to that new subscriber. We're now 2 away from 290. So we're creeping up on 300. Let's go. Giolito into the wind. The 3-1. Wood takes a changeup in there. Called strike 2 at 78. Giolito not going to throw too hard. He's got pitches to mix in. He's going to be a good locator. My parlay needs a home run from Wood. Yep, I think a lot of people do that. What's up? Here's the pitch. Wood takes low ball 4 with a changeup, and he draws a walk here in the bottom of the first. So James Wood going to walk to get this game underway. So that's the 9th walk Giolito issues in his first 3 games so far. He's going to come at you with a fastball, a changeup, a slider, and a curve. Not a very deep arsenal, but he knows how to locate it well. He's going to throw the fastball 42% of the time. So we got a shout-out immediately, as now it'll be Garcia to hit. Garcia takes a fastball in there called strike 1. Shout-out to my grandmom and grandbob who are tuning in. Thank you so much for listening to tonight's Nationals-Padres game. Once again, that's my grandmom and grandbob. Garcia hitting 263. Wood leads away from first. The pitch. Garcia swings and misses at a 79-mile-an-hour changeup. Looked very eager there. So, you didn't win. Or you haven't won yet. He walked, but still, he's on base. Thanks for tuning in. Radio 951. Coming set is Giolito. He now has an 0-2 count on Garcia. Here comes the 0-2 from Giolito, and that's low ball 1. That's 79. So it'll be a 1-2 count. Wood on first, always a threat to go. I believe that's a good thing to remind everybody that Wood is a fast runner. So Wood can steal a bag at any point in the game. I do not deny that. He didn't have a too big lead here. The 1-2. Garcia swings and lines this one to left center field. That's going to plug the gap. Center fielder Merrill chasing. Wood headed to third. Garcia's going to move up to second. And he's out. He's tagged out on the play. Garcia dove in a second trying for a double there, but he does not get it. So Luis Garcia Jr. is out trying for 2. Merrill cuts him down. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the first. But James Wood is now at third on the play. Garcia, way to go opposite field there. Just couldn't complete the double. I think he was a little too aggressive there, staying at first. That was an interesting play, though. The throw is to second. The throw is on time. Garcia's diving. Tatis swiped the tag too early. So they're taking a second look at this, at least on the replay. But Garcia ran off the field. So Garcia dove, and Tatis swiped the tag too early. Garcia was still going, and he almost got in under it. Are they really taking a second look at this seriously? So are we really challenging this? Wow, early in the game. we could be challenging this early. Yep, we're challenging it. So we'll see what they call this. Garcia diving in a second. We'll check the call when it comes out, but he dove in a second, and the slide looked like it was a little too late. As he dove in a second, Tatis took the swipe and then had to swipe again to get Garcia, and I think this one is on time, or we're going to get call stands. I think those are the two options we might get. So I'm ready to hear this call right here. Garcia's watching it closely with first base coach Corey Ray. They're still watching here. Radio says, I'm stuck at work, so I appreciate you calling the game. Thank you, Radio, for tuning in, and I'm glad to bring you play-by-play. I really enjoy doing this, so thanks to you for tuning in. So it looks like this play is still under heavy review. So they're going to say the call stands. So if you are newer to the sport or don't understand that, call stands means they could not come to a verdict. So they're going to keep the call as it is. They could not tell if it was safe or out. So Garcia is out, but that sends Wood to third, and there's one out here in the bottom of the first. So that'll bring up Curtis Mead, the third baseman, with one out and a runner at third. Mead been red hot lately. He'll face a righty here. Here's the pitch, and Mead takes a changeup outside. Ball one, and it's a 1-0 count. It'd be nice to get the run right back here, make it 1-1, restart the game, and Awesome Andrew has another game basically to start in the second. That'd be really good for him. Here's the 1-0. Mead takes a slider outside, 2-0. At the same time here, you don't want to get too aggressive. This is a guy that walks a lot of hitters. Work the counts, work his pitch count. Don't let him go too deep in the game. Work into the bullpen. And the infield is in here and a little bit shifted over towards third. Here's the pitch, and Mead fouls this one off on a fastball at 91 in the zone. That'll make it a 2-1 count. You got to be patient here. That's important too. Machado playing over, shortstop. Bogart shifted over, Tatis playing close to up the middle, and France shifted over as well. The 2-1. Mead takes a fastball way high at 90 miles an hour. That'll make it a 3-1 count. Once again, if you're a Nats fan, District Nation is your hookup and one-stop shop. It's one-stop spot for the best in Nationals play-by-play action. Tap the free like and subscribe button for more. Let's go. Thank you, CH. And thanks for typing that all out. The 3-1, it's fouled back on a changeup, and that fills up the count to 3-2. We're getting close to 290, though. We just need 2 subs tonight to hit 290. Mead now is a 3-2 count. It seems like Curtis Mead has been the one guy that Blake Butera does like playing the matchup, so he sends up lefties to face righties, righties to face lefties. Mead is one of the only guys he doesn't do that with. He tends to do that with other guys instead of Mead. The 3-2. And Mead crushes this one down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone, but it's foul. And we'll do 3-2 again. That was foul off by maybe about 30 feet. He got a good piece of it, but couldn't get it out of here fair. He let it out foul. So Giolito will do 3-2 again. The pitch to Mead. Mead swinging a drive. Deep left center field. This one's back, and it's gone! Watch it fly. Curtis Mead here in the bottom of the first inning. A 2-run bomb. Home run number 8, and the Nationals have the lead here in the bottom of the first. It's a 2-1 game. What we were just talking about, Curtis Mead is the one guy that Butera isn't afraid of the matchup, and he wasn't afraid there. Curtis Mead continuing to rake from Cleveland to D.C., and he helps the Nats take the lead here in the first. It's a new ball game, and the Nationals have a 1-run lead. Mead sent that one into the red seats in left center field. So now to be C.J. Abrams' first pitch to Abrams, and he swings and misses at a changeup. N-A-T-S, Nats, woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, woo! The 0-1 to Abrams, and Abrams takes a changeup in there called strike 2, and it's an 0-2 count. There's our little NATS chant. Got to get that in like you're at the stadium. So to be an 0-2 here with one out to CJ. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Abrams takes a changeup in the dirt ball 1. It'll be a 1-2 count. What a hit there by Curtis Mead into left center on an inside pitch. He gets on it early, gets a good hack on it, high in a little bit. He just drives it out of here, and the Nationals have a 2-1 lead. New ball game. The pitch to Abrams. Abrams takes a fastball high and in at 89, and that evens up the count at 2-2. .294 average, 12 home runs, 47 ribbies for Abrams, the 2-2. And Abrams fouls this one back on a changeup, and we'll do 2-2 again. So now Awesome Andrew's going to have a lead to work with in the second. That is great. This team could use a lead every so often, and they're going to get one. So it'll be 2-2, 1 out, and on deck is Cruz, the right fielder, after Meade goes yard. The 2-2 to Abrams. Abrams takes a slider in the dirt, and that fills up the count to 3-2. Curtis Meade just continuing to rake here. Nothing else to say about him. He's just one of the better hitters on this roster, I think. The Nationals do have the most first-inning runs, the 3-2. Abrams fouls this one back, and we'll do 3-2 again. Woody drew a walk to start this game. Gets there on a Garcia single that he gets out on. He gets all the way to third. And Meade says, nope, you're not going to be far on the bases. All you need is just to jog home. The 3-2. Low ball forward. Abrams takes a walk. So Giolito lets up another walk here in the bottom of the first. Second walk of the inning and the game. And Abrams is at first for Dylan Cruz. Cruz been hot too. I think Cruz is one of the guys that fantasy social media has been telling people, pick up Dylan Cruz in your league. Dylan Cruz may be a reliable guy. Yeah, PAS, if you're still here, I think you should pick up Dylan Cruz, buddy. And I think he already started his stream, but to PAS, pick up Dylan Cruz. You will trust me on that. So it'll be 1 out here. Dylan Cruz to hit. 102.2 off the bat of Meade, who's been a very good hitter for this team. So now to be Dylan Cruz with a runner at first with 1 out. Tenna just rubbed his head, his completely bald head, and Tenna rubbed it while he was in the dugout. Giolito will throw back into first. Back in safely is Abrams. That's interesting. They did a celebration where Tenna rubbed his head. Meade is completely bald on his head. Cruz, 242, a home run and a ribby. That ribby came from the bomb. His OPS is in the 600s, though, at 628. Cruz takes a slider upstairs. It'll be a 1-0 count after the pickoff over to Abrams. It'd be really nice if Cruz could drive in one right here. Give us another insurance run. Abrams out to a good lead. It's good when he's out to a good lead because he can go at any point, too. The 1-0. And that is low ball 2, and it's a 2-0 count. 85-mile-an-hour slider. This will be 2-0, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Dalen Lyle finds himself on deck. So it'll be 2-0 here. Here's the pitch to the man. Abrams with a good secondary, and Cruz takes a fastball in there at 91 miles an hour, and that'll make it a 2-1 count. This will be 2-1, 1 out. Craig Stammen, who's used to being a closer, gives up runs. Now he's going to have to work out of as a manager. Back in another pickoff from Giolito over to Abrams. So now that's 2, and Abrams is free to go. On a 2-1 count, Abrams is free to run. Let's see if Fermin's able to gun him out. Or will they call a pitch out here, knowing that Abrams may go? The 2-1 ready. Abrams. And the pitch is inside. Abrams on the move. The throw down. Not in time. Abrams into second safely. Abrams swipes the bag. That was a ball high, and it'll be a 3-1 count now. Abrams with another stolen base. He's grabbing his helmet. It came off as he dove in a second. So now runner in scoring position with 1 out for Cruz. Dylan Cruz with a chance to drive in some runs. Abrams with a good stolen base, though. He did exactly what he needed. Here's the pitch, and Cruz hits this one. Sky high, deep center. Into the gap, it's going to be the center fielder Merrill to make the catch. Abrams going to go about halfway and then retreat back to second base. So he doesn't go anywhere, and that's out number 2. So 2 outs now. That'll be Dalen Lyle, the left fielder, to be a chance to drive in Abrams now. It'd be really nice to get an extra one here. Throw as many runs as you can on the board so we don't have to see Mason Miller at all. You do not want to see Mason Miller. That is the one thing here. You do not want to see Mason Miller. 2 outs now to be Dalen Lyle to hit. Coming set is Giolito. The pitch to Lyle. Lyle takes a changeup upstairs, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Lyle in the 6-hole today. He's hitting .259 on the season. 7 homers, 27 ribbies with a 743 OPS. He drives and runs, though. That's the good thing. The 1-0. Lyle takes a changeup in there, called strike one. Top part of the zone. Didn't look like a strike to me, but they are going to call it here. So it'll be 1-1 here. Giolito sets. Here comes the 1-1 to Lyle. Lyle swings and misses at a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Good hack there. It'll be a 1-2 count now. A lot of Nats fans pouring in for this evening Nationals game. It's going to be a fun 3-game series. All 3 games have a promotion of some sort. Tonight's the Teo Cruz post-game concert. Saturday, the C.J. Abrams bobblehead. Here comes the 1-2. Lyle takes a fastball upstairs to be a 2-2 count. Sunday's a kids giveaway with the kids racing president's hat. I'm going to the game tomorrow. I won't be on the call, but I'm going to the game then to get the Abrams bobblehead. That's going to be a lot of fun. Check Instagram for updates. Here comes the 2-2. Lyle swings and grounds this one. First baseman has to range over. This might be a tough play for Giolito. He's out at first. Giolito ran up the line with the runner Lyle. Made the play there on a 3-run ground out. So that's out number 3. Butera is not going to challenge. So we're going to go to the top of the second. Good play there by Giolito. Looks like he beat him by just a hair. Or it's about a tie, maybe. Ooh. Maybe they want to challenge this, but Butera's not going to. So that's out number 3. Tough play for the first baseman, Ty France there. Pulls him off the bag towards the second base position. Has to flip it up to Giolito just in time. The Nationals get 2 in the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits. One of them being the Curtis Mead home run, no errors. 1 man left in scoring position. That's Abrams. Now, after 1 inning, it's the Nationals 2, the Padres 1. The Nationals wanted there. They came out 1-0. We got worried for a second, and the Nationals said, no, we're going to be the offense we are and score runs. And that's something the Nationals are good at. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Alvarez is coming in the game for the Nationals. Awesome Andrew coming into the game now. So the stove is on. Let's cook, Andrew Alvarez. He would take over after Schultz had a tough first inning. He gives up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He had 1 walk and a strikeout. So 1's littered all through his line as well as a 2 for the hit column. But he does give up a run. So maybe Schultz isn't the guy to do the opener with, considering the type of pitcher he is anyway. I was worried when I saw it. They called it quite early this morning, too. They usually call it only a couple hours before the game. They say they're using an opener. Today, MLB had it updated by the time I was going to school this morning at around 7 a.m. So they had it early. It's going to be Laureano, France, and Fermin, the 7-8-9 punch for the Padres in the second inning offensively. Let's see what the Nationals bring, though. Defensively, with Awesome Andrew taking the mound. If you're wondering where that nickname came from, he had an amazing outing when we were calling a game. Let me find it in my scorebook to get the lineup right here. It was a home game, I remember that. Let me just get it here. Called a lot of Nats games this season. They're all in my book. Usually he has a line. So Andrew Alvarez, first pitch is way low ball 1 with a slider, and it's 1-0. Almost got him. Alvarez, I can't find the outing, but he did great. It was 3-4 innings of pure gem. Alvarez is going to use his full count, though. That's something he does do. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball foul on a fastball, and that evens up the count at 1-1. Awesome Andrew's going to use his curveball, a slider, a fastball, and a sinker. He uses his entire pitch count, though. He is going to give you a lot of balls thrown in the zone, but he's also going to mix in balls out of the zone a lot more than other pitchers. The 1-1 is swung on and missed on a curveball low. Got Laureano running forward. Got a lot of momentum forward to the 2-11 hitter. He has 7 homers on the season, 21 ribbies, so we can just assume about a third of his RBIs are coming off of bombs. If he only hit solos, it would be exactly a third. Alvarez now has a 1-2 on him. Here's the pitch. Low ball 2 with a curveball at 84. Wanted to get him to chase that low and out breaking ball, and that evens up the count at 2-2. Let's see how awesomely long this pitch count will last Awesome Andrew. How many innings can he get? Awesome innings. Here's the 2-2. Low ball 3 with another curveball. So Awesome is awesomely going to throw awesome innings thrown by Awesome Andrew Alvarez. Anyone else find that funny? Because it took me. I think it's hilarious. The 3-2. So I'm going to foul back and we'll do 3-2 again. So already you're seeing the pitch count. Already has a guy on 3-2 and 6 pitches to the first hitter. So he's not going to give you 7 innings, but he's going to give you 5 of the purest innings you'll see. He'll give you some satisfying innings the way he works. The 3-2. Just low, ball 4. Ruiz doesn't challenge. Alvarez rubbed his hat for a second there. Maybe he wanted the challenge, but he doesn't get it. So a walk puts Laureano at first. So now how will Awesome appear with a runner on base? He works out of the wind here. Even as a reliever, he's usually working out of the windup when he starts a game. He has not been a starter even with the opener at all this season. Here's the first pitch, and that is in there. Called strike 1 to throw down. Not in time. A stolen base for Ramon Laureano. First pitch to Ty France is a breaking ball in there for a strike, though. Laureano swipes the bag. So the right fielder, Laureano, showing off the wheels. He didn't have the best jump either. Alvarez just went to the plate. Laureano went immediately. The throw down was a little bit late. Laureano in there safely. Ruiz tried to get up quickly, but I don't think he expected that. So it's an 0-1 count here. Here's the pitch from Alvarez, and that's going to be swung on, grounded up the middle. Play made by Nunez. Did he tag him out? The throw to first in time. Spectacular play by Nasim Nunez. Did Nunez tag the runner, Laureano? Laureano started towards third. Did Nunez tag him? And he did! It's a double play! Nunez made a play up the middle. Laureano broke for the bag, and then Nunez went to first after tagging Laureano. Laureano attempted to dive back, but he kind of fell as he did, and then Nunez swiftly fired it over to first in time for the out. Nasim Nunez with a web gem here. A double play. Here's the pitch. And that's a curveball bending in there, called strike 1 to the catcher Fermin. Laureano did not like that play there. Here's the 0-1. High ball 1 with a fastball at 92. Nunez, spectacular play. Very smooth in the infield. Tagging out Laureano and then firing it to first, knowing to tag him out. Here's the pitch, and that's swung on and missed on a curveball in. It'd be a 1-2 count. Andrew could use a good inning here. 2 batters face. He walks one and then gets a double play. He's got to thank Nunez when he gets back to the dugout. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Thomas. It'll even up the count at 2-2. That was a curveball low and out. Smooth play by Nasim Nunez. Smooth out there at second base. So to be 2-2 here. 2 outs. Alvarez. Into the wind. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball. Third baseman Meade has to back up. Now fires to first in time to get the running Fermin. And that is 3 batters faced for Awesome Andrew, who gets some help from Nice Nunez for a double play. Swift Nunez gets a double play. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base after that walk, a double play, and a ground out. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It is the Nationals 2, the Padres 1. Wow. Nice Nunez with a double play. We need something better. We need something that goes with the word smooth. When Mr. C comes back, we will be able to make some nicknames. Got to get something like Nunez, something smooth. Smooth-yes, something like that. Smoonez. We'll go with that for now. So to be Young, Ruiz, and Nunez. Smoonez to hit in the 9-hole today. The second baseman, not the offensive guy. But he's a good glove, as you just heard there. Nunez with a double play. We'll check the light count here. I like how the PA announcer Jerome Haruska announces Nunez, too. He goes, Nasim Nunez. Very smooth with the way he says it. It always goes with Nunez's attitude, the way people say his name. His name really sums up his name, too. Let's go. 14 likes. We got plenty of people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button. Sub it up. We're 2 away from 290. Help us out a little bit, everybody. Just hit that like button. Completely free. And helps out the channel a lot. So to be bottom of the second here, it's going to be Jacob Young, Forever Young, to lead it off for the Nats in the bottom of the second. Thanks to everyone who's tuning into this Nationals game where they have a lead. So it's going to be Young, Ruiz, and Nunez. Snunez to hit in the, or Smoonez, because you got to have the M for smooth. What a play there, anyway. Thanks to everyone who's already tuned in, those. We're headed to the bottom of the second. Giolito will work a second inning after walking 2 guys back in the first. I think the attitude here, Butera needs to tell his guys is slow down, be patient. 2 hits got us 2 runs last inning because of the walks. Be patient. Most home runs since May 8th. Schwarber with 9, Soto with 8, Harris with 6, Wood with 5, Casey Schmidt with 6, and Jacob Young with 5. Jacob Young is a home run leader since May 8th. The pitch. Young takes a slider upstairs, ball 1. Who expected Jacob Young to do that this year? 7 home runs already. He could realistically hit 20 if he kept this up. I think he could hit 15, the 1-0. Young's going to take a changeup in there, called strike 1 at 79. It'll be Young, Ruiz, and Smoonez this inning. 233 average for Young, 7 home runs, 24 ribbies. The 1-1 to Young. Young takes a fastball upstairs. Did they say he went? No, he did not, says first base umpire Thomas. Thomas already been playing pretty loose with these swings. Didn't look like Young went that time. Didn't even turn his body much. The 2-1 to Young. Young takes a changeup low and out. They're going to appeal again. This time Thomas says he went. So I was just complimenting him, and then he says Jacob Young went. Maybe he did go, but still.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So it'll be a 2-2 count now to Young. Giolito already at 39 pitches into his second inning of work. You got to be patient here. The 2-2. Young. Called! Strike 3 on a changeup low and in. Did not look like a strike, but Giolito gets the call for his first strikeout of the night. So that's strikeout number 1. Giolito. That'll put him at 40 pitches, though, on the count, so you got to be patient here. Get aggressive, but at the same time, you can't be swinging at the first pitch if it's out of the zone. Let's go. 289 subscribers. We are 1 away from 290 and 11 away from 300. Here's the pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz crushes this one. Out to right center. Going back as the right fielder. And it's gone. Off the wall. Is it off the wall? Ruiz in a second. He's going to round second, headed for third. And he'll be there in a third with a triple. There you go. A triple. And it's gone. A home run for Keibert Ruiz. It's out of here. And the Nationals put another one on the board. 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Keibert Ruiz with his 5th home run of the year goes yard. Keibert Ruiz, unlikely source of power, goes yard. He's been finding it lately. So Ruiz puts another one on the board. Thought that one was a triple, but it was out of here. Umpire Merzel signaled it was out of here. Ruiz has a homer, and it's 3-1. Second bomb of the night. Now to be Nassim to hit. He's going to show bunt and then take it back. Called strike 1 at 90 miles an hour. Ruiz got every last bit of that one and has a bomb. So I did say he wasn't the source of power, and then he goes yard. Nunez takes a fastball in there, called strike 2. It'll be an 0-2 count. Smoonez up to the plate now. He's at an 0-2 count immediately, but he can work out of it. He's a scrappy hitter. Here's the 0-2. Nunez takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1, and it's a 1-2 count. Ruiz, I was saying he wasn't your source guy to hit one out, and he proved me wrong. Prove me wrong, Ruiz. Here's the 1-2. And Nunez just kind of dribbles this one to the second baseman. He'll hustle it out, though. The throw is in time to get him. Nunez sprinted his way to first base, and that's out number 2. Tatis makes the play over there at second. Tatis is the second baseman in today's game. Bogarts at third. Bogarts is at short. Machado's at third. France at first. Sheets, Merrill, and Laureano are your men in the outfield. Fermin behind the plate for the Nationals. For the Padres. Messing that one up, too. So now Giolito at 45 pitches will face James Wood. The first pitch to Wood. Wood takes a slider inside, ball 1. Just low and in, so that'll make it a 1-0 count. Should be 1-0 here with 2 outs. He drew a walk back in his first plate appearance, was very patient. Here's the 1-0. Wood takes a changeup outside, and it's a 2-0 count. That went out of the zone again. Giolito, I'm understanding why he has so many walks. He tries to stay around the zone. He pitches around these guys, but it doesn't work. It is not helping him here. The 2-0. Wood swinging a fly ball. This one is going to stay in the ballpark, though, coming into the right fielder, Laureano. He's under it, and Laureano makes the catch for out number 3. So Keibert Ruiz has his 6th home run of the year, and the Nationals take a lead. They get 1 run on 1 hit. It's a Ruiz solo bomb. No runners left on base. We're through 2 innings of work now, and it's the Nationals 3, the Padres 1. So this is a way to avoid Mason Miller. Get the runs now. That is a way to avoid having to face Miller, is getting the runs on the board early. So we'll head to the 3rd. It's going to be the top of the order for the Padres. Alvarez will have his first test of the evening. It'll be Tatis Jr., Sheets, and Bogarts. What's up, Ultimate Sports Network? Giving you a Guards update. Let's go. We'll go ahead and check some scores around the league because the games are starting to get underway. We're about an hour into tonight's MLB start. So we'll check up on the matchups that are going on in tonight's Friday evening baseball. Looks like the Braves are beating the Reds 4-0. Rematch of that MLB Speedway Classic. The Pirates and Twins all knotted up at 3 in the top of the 3rd. Blue Jays and Orioles just underway in the bottom of the 2nd, still 0-0. Guardians beating the Red Sox 4-0. The Rays beating the Angels 1-0. The Mets beating the Marlins 2-0. The Cubs beating the Cardinals 3-0. The Tigers, White Sox just underway. Royals and Rangers going to get underway at 8:05. Brewers, Astros at 8:10. Giants, Rockies at 8:40. Yankees, Athletics at 9:40. 10:10, you got the D-backs and Mariners. And at 10:15, Phillies, Dodgers. That's a good matchup. Wheeler versus Robleski. 2 W's going after it. Looks like we already got the Dodgers lineup. Ohtani, Pajes, Freeman, Betts, Tucker, Muncy, Smith, Alex Call hitting in the 8th. Let's go. Alex Call getting the start for the Dodgers and Freeland. And then for the for the Phillies, Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Bohm, Stott, Realmuto, Marsh, Adolis Garcia, and to make his debut, Stewart Barrios, or not Barrio, not making his debut, just his first appearance against them. Swinging a ground ball by Tatis, right to the 3rd baseman Meade, running throw in time for out number 1. So Awesome Andrew now sets down the man, Fernando Tatis, for out number 1. So now that's out number 1, and that'll bring up Gavin Sheets. So the Nationals already topping some of their offensive stats from last season here in May. Wow. So that's a lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch a slider in there called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. Alvarez got Tatis down quickly here to start the 3rd. The 0-1 is swung on, grounded. Nunez sliding play. Goes to first. Throws away from the first baseman, Garcia. So that might be called an error. Nunez made a diving play, threw it a little too quickly away from the first baseman, Garcia. So now there's a runner on first, no matter how we call this one. So they are going to give him a single. It didn't look like he beat him. Nunez made a diving play, was falling over as he threw it to first. They're going to say it wasn't in time. So it gives up a single here. Awesome gives up his first hit of the game here in the 3rd. Awesome Andrew in his 2nd inning of work already is an out. Now to be Bogarts to face Awesome Andrew, a righty-lefty matchup. First pitch from Awesome is inside, ball 1 with a sinker, and it's a 1-0 count. Awesome Andrew facing Bogarts, who's hitting .245. First appearance, he had a sac fly for an RBI to score Fernando Tatis Jr., the sole run for the Padres in today's game. If Awesome Andrew just hold on for a few innings, get your 5 innings in maybe, and then turn to the pen. Hopefully the pen can hold him off, though. They'll 1-0. Awesome throws a sinker down low to be a 2-0 count. Awesome Andrew working hard here. 19 pitches in his 2nd inning of work. That's okay. If there's a starter, let's put it this way. If a starter is at 19 pitches into his 2nd inning, I'm okay with that. And he's basically at that. But he's in the 3rd because we had the Schultz opener. The 2-0. In there, called strike 1 with a slider. But you know, Alvarez doesn't just throw to the zone for hitters. He works all over the plate. Not even all over the zone. He's going to throw it out of the zone, into the zone, everything in between. You're going to get a different thing from Alvarez than you do from the other starters on this team. Alvarez brings a very different mix. The 2-1 check swing. Yes, he did, says first base umpire Thomas. That was an inside slider. Got Bogaerts just to go around enough to get the swing called. So it'll be 2-2 here. Awesome Andrew steps back onto the rubber. He waits for his sign. He comes set. Here is the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, fouled on the third base line. Pulled that slider that was inside near the media area, near the photographers. So we'll do 2-2 again. We're really close to 289. One subscriber, and we're hitting 290 today. Just one more. Alvarez waiting on his sign. He's got it. He comes set. Now time called. So we'll do 2-2 here with one out. Alvarez comes set. He waits. Now the 2-2. Low and in ball 3 with a curveball, and that fills up the count to 3-2. So now Awesome will once again have a 3-2 on a hitter. He walked Laureano when he had him a 3-2 count, but maybe Awesome Andrew could go to the fastball upstairs here. That would be nice if Awesome Andrew could locate an upstairs fastball into the zone or get Bogaerts to chase something. But I think Bogaerts actually going to be pretty patient here. If it's a strike, he'll swing, but anything near the plate, I think you're going to catch him looking here, if anything. Alvarez sets. He's going to go over to first, back in safely without a dive, is Sheets. Awesome Andrew went to the sidearm throw there, so he went over to the bag. So it'll be 3-2 here. Pitching staffs, or just pitching in general, since May 21st, the Nats have a 1.55 ERA, a 1 home run allowed, 60 strikeouts and 18 walks. They're hitting only about in the 200 against them. The 3-2. Swinging a ground ball, this is going to be at the shortstop. He goes to second, not in time. To first, that one's in time, though. So the runner, Sheets, was on the move, so he's into second safely, but Abrams flipped it up to Nunez anyway, and they go to first for a... they're going to have to score that, a 6-4-3 ground out for 1 out. In safely is Sheets, so that's 1 out on a 6-4-3. Abrams goes to second, but Sheets was already there. But Bogaerts was not running fast, and they were able to get him out. So now to be Machado. Machado swings and lines it into right field. That's a base hit down the line. Rounding third, headed for home is Sheets. Cruz will fire it in. Machado will be okay into first with a single. He'll not try to stretch it to a double, and it's a 3-2 game. Awesome Andrew gives up a run here, but he's fine. It's only 1 run. He had 2 runs, and he knows that. So Manny has himself an RBI base hit. It's now the Nationals 3, the Padres 2. Manny did a good job there going to the opposite field. I don't like to give him credit much. I don't like the guy, but he did it well there. Gets a pitch that wasn't really inside and just waits on it. Plugs it into right field shallow to drive in the run. It's now to be Jackson Merrill that's low out with a sinker, and it's a 1-0 count. So 1-0 here with 2 outs, 200 average from Merrill, who drew a walk in his first plate appearance. Schultz worked a good AB with him, but he did end up walking. Coming sets Andrew Alvarez, the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a slider low in the zone, and that evens up the count at 1-1. So to be 1-1 with 2 outs. Alvarez comes set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul, and we'll do 1-2. Nobody likes that guy, says Radio 951. Yeah, no one likes that guy at all. Yeah, I've never met someone that genuinely liked Manny Machado. As a Dodger fan, he sucks. Oh, you're a Dodgers fan. That's cool. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, left field side and foul. I knew he was in a Dodgers uniform for a little while, but never came back. He went to the Padres instead. And I don't think anyone likes Manny unless you are a Padres fan or you were a very old-fashioned Orioles fan. Those are the only reasons you'd be a Manny Machado fan. Coming set to Andrew, the pitch is high ball 2, the fastball at 92, and that makes it a 2-2 count. Awesome at 30 pitches now. That's right around, I think 20 pitches less than what Giolito's count is right now. And he's worked just an inning less, though. He's worked 2 innings. Giolito has 2, the 2-2. Swinging a looper to short. Abrams catches the line drive. That one was up the middle, but Abrams made the play for out number 3, inning over. So the Nationals give up a run on 2 hits and 1 man left on base. So now it's a 3-2 game as we head to the bottom of the third. So that time you get Tatis grounding out, then Sheets has the single. Bogarts has the 6-4-3 ground out that only gets 1 out. Then Machado just lines it in a right, and Merrill lines out to end the inning. Merrill, they were playing up the middle on him. Abrams was on a shift on him. Meade was more playing a shortstop position, and that was a good play by Abrams to be there. So it's going to be Garcia Jr., Meade, and Abrams for the Nationals in the bottom of the third inning in a 3-1 game. The Nats, this would be a really good win for them. Game 1 of this series, then you're not getting swept. And I think the Nationals in my pregame series, I predicted a sweep. I didn't really know the lore behind this game, though, before coming in. I didn't realize that we haven't beat them in a series in years, and this is always where our season kind of falls. But we're not going to do that this year. We're a different team. This is Paul DeBone's art now. This isn't Butera. This is Butera's, but it's not Mike Rizzo's mold anymore. It's not Dave Martinez mold. This is Blake Butera and Paul DeBone. They're doing what they want to do, and it's working so far. So it'll be Louis to lead it off. Louis, one of the veterans of this roster. Nat since 2020. Ruiz since 2022. All the other guys, they've been here fairly new. Wood debuted in 2024. Meade just got to the team. Abrams debuted in 22. Cruz debuted in 24. Yeah, debuted in 24. Lyle debuted last year. Young debuted in 23. Nunez debuted in 24. So this the veteran part of this team is Luis Garcia Jr., at least a part of the offense. He's one of the oldest guys. I think Miles Michaelis is the oldest guy in the dugout whenever games are being played because it's a young staff and a young team. So now to be Luis Garcia Jr. to face Giolito in his third inning of work. Giolito into the wind. The pitch to Louis. Louis swings and fouls this one third base side, and it'll be 0-1. So it looks like Steven Souza Jr. is their hitting coach, too. Wow, another former Nat. Steven Souza Jr. and Bob Henley's their third base coach. Here's the 0-1, and Garcia takes outside, and it'll be a 1-1 count. They've got 3 guys from the early 2010 teams, Salmon, of course, and then you got Steven Souza Jr., too, if anyone remembers him. The 1-1, swing and a miss at a slider low and in. You might remember Steven Souza Jr., swinging a fly ball, shallow left center field. Souza going over. Can he get there? And he makes a diving catch. He saved Jordan Zimmerman's no-hitter. Giolito at 51 pitches now. The 1-2 to Garcia. Garcia swings and just loops this one to right field. Hit decently well out there. Laureano under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Laureano's now retired 2 in a row. He got Wood to fly out and gets the Garcia Jr. fly out. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the third, and that'll bring up Curtis Meade. He's 1 for 1 with a bomb. So let's see what Curtis can do here against Giolito. Curtis had a 2-home run night on Monday when the Nationals hit a bunch of home runs. He was just one of them. Here's the pitch to Meade. Takes it in there, called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. Just remember, ESPN is quite ahead of me. Just let me make the call. No spoilers in the chat. Let everyone have an enjoyable evening listening to this radio-style broadcast. Live play-by-play on YouTube. The pitch is high, ball 1. Excuse me for that. Live play-by-play on YouTube. So be 1-1 here with 1 out. Career, Stammen's ERA was in the 6s, and that's fouled off, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Or, excuse me, in the 3s. 3.66 was his career ERA. Good career, especially pitching in the 2010s, a tougher time to pitch. So he 1-2, 1 out. But now he's a manager of this Padres team. One of the new managers as well. A lot of new managers. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a foul, and we'll do 1-2 again. That fouled off first base side. We'll do 1-2 count again. So it'll be 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Meade. Meade swings and hits this one to right. Laureano going back. He makes the catch again. So Laureano has caught 3 consecutive balls out there and right. So now that's out number 2. And that'll bring up CJ, who drew a walk his first time up. So there's 2 outs now. Nationals still holding on to a slim 3-2 lead if you're just joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome into District Nation. you can check out my channel. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more live play-by-play. As now Giolito will go into the wind. First pitch to CJ. CJ takes upstairs with a fastball, and it's a 1-0 count. 1-0, 2 outs here. Abrams hitting .294, 12 bombs, 47 RBIs. He's been good. Lead leader in RBIs, one of the league leaders. The 1-0 to Abrams. Abrams takes a curveball low and in ball 2, and it'll be a 2-0 count. No ABS challenges yet in this game. There's been some close calls to where you could have ABS'd it, but none issued just yet. The 2-0. And Abrams swings and misses at a changeup, and it's a 2-1 count. So 2-1, 2 outs here in the third. Bottom 3. Abrams facing Giolito's now at 60 pitches here in the third. Giolito into the wind. Here comes the 2-1. Abrams takes a fastball upstairs, ball 3. Drawing a walk here would be nice. That'd be the third walk of the day. And just more pitches on the pitch count. That'd bring up DC Cruz to hit. Here's the 3-1. And Abrams takes upstairs, ball 4. That fastball out of the zone. Second walk of the day for him. So he continues to draw walks. And that'll bring up Dylan Cruz with 2 outs. And that's the third walk of the day for Giolito. So they are showing the Jordan Zimmerman no-hit play where Souza Jr. ran towards the gap and made a diving catch. Steven Souza Jr. Jordan Zimmerman thought it was over, too. He turned and kind of groaned. But Zimmerman got it, and he gave Souza Jr. a big hug. It's not to be Cruz who takes outside with that slider, and it's a 1-0 count. Steven Souza Jr. is on the bench. One of the coaches of this Padres team. A lot of former Nats. So it'll be 1-0, 2 outs here. Coming set is Giolito. He waits. Now the 1-0 to Cruz. His low ball 2 gets away from the catcher. Abrams going to be able to move up to second. That went off the catcher Fermin's chest protector. Went down the first base line a little bit, so Abrams is going to have an extra bag. Will they call this a pass ball or a wild pitch? I do not know. So now that'll make it I believe they'll call this probably a wild pitch. So they're going to give him a wild pitch here. Pass balls when it's the catcher's fault, and clearly the catcher's fault. So it'll be 2-0 here, 2 outs. Tatis has some words talking to Abrams. They must be friends, to fellow middle infielders. But Tatis plays in the outfield as well. Here comes the 2-0 to Cruz, the pitch. Cruz swings and misses at a slider low in the zone. It'll be a 2-1 count. And that one was out of the zone there, and that makes it a 2-1 count. 2-1, 2 outs. 235 average, a home run, and RBI for Cruz, as we mentioned. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Cruz swings and flies this one right field line, but it's foul, and we'll do 2-2. That one gets out of play. So it'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2, 2 outs. Giolito at 66 pitches now. I'm eyeing his count very closely because he has also made 2 starts this season. He's given up 3 runs in this game. Just want to make sure his pitch count goes up every inning. That'd be very good. It increases heavily each inning. The 2-2. Cruz swings and lines this one center field. That's a base hit in front of the center fielder, Merrill. Abrams rounds third, headed for home. The throw is cut off, and Abrams is in there safely. Dylan Cruz delivers with his second RBI of the season, and this time it's a single. And now the Nationals have a 2-run lead. It's the Nationals 4, the Padres 2. That one hit 105.2 off the bat. Ropes it to center field. Merrill had to let it get down. Abrams was hustling anyway. Merrill fields it and fires it in. Shortstop Bogarts had to cut that one off to make sure Cruz didn't even head up to second. Maybe that was his worry. So another run for the Nats. Here we go. We forgot to do it on the Ruiz home run, but N-A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Woo! Pitch clock violation now by Giolito. It's a 1-0 count. So there's a pitch clock violation on Giolito. Automatic ball. But Dylan Cruz delivers, and it's a 4-2 game. Back in safely's Cruz on a pickoff attempt. First one so far. If Cruz can steal a base too. Cruz is a hustler, and he's fast. But you got to tune in for the N-A-T-S. Nats, Nats, Nats. Woo. Got to do it every time. If someone wants to, they can remind me that I missed one. Cruz with a good lead now. Back in safely. Again on a dive. So that's 2 pickoff moves immediately from Giolito. Hasn't even thrown a pitch yet. It is a 1-0 count, though. He did have a pitch clock violation. And that is the rule. It is a automatic ball if you violate the pitch clock. So Cruz out to a good lead now. He's shaking over there. He's ready to go. He's off. The 1-0 is high, ball 2, and they'll let Cruz swipe the bat. Or he didn't go. Cruz looked like he was going to go. He didn't, so I didn't have a good camera angle there. That was high, ball 2. Cruz got a really good secondary, though. I bet he's gone right here. Here is the 2-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball in the zone, and it's a 2-1 count. Cruz drives in another run, though. Makes it a 2-1 game, or a 4-2 game. It'd be nice to have Cruz in scoring position with 2 outs. That'd be very nice. Get him in a scoring position. Here's the 2-1. Lyle takes way upstairs, ball through with a fastball, way high, almost at eye level. It'll be a 3-1 count. 35 pitches for Giolito in the first. He had a shorter inning with 13 in the second. He has 22 in the third. That long first inning helped out the Nats, though. They can get to him quickly now. The 3-1 to Lyle. Lyle swings and grounds this one fouled on the first base line. It'll do 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs here, bottom 3. The Nationals got another run on the board after Abrams was able to draw a walk, advanced up to second on a wild pitch, and then Cruz drives him in with a single. So it'll be 3-2, 2 outs. Cruz will be on the move here. Here's the pitch. Lyle swings and hits this one out to shallow right, coming into the right fielder Laureano, and it drops! It drops in front of the 2. Stopping at third is Cruz. That's a base hit for Dalen Lyle. So Tatis went out to catch that one. Coming in was Laureano. They almost collided. Tatis wanted to make the play, and he just barely misses it. As a guy who used to play baseball and played both those positions, that is the right fielder's ball. That was hit out to shallow right. Laureano has momentum. Tatis is running, looking up at it backwards. Laureano fired it home to make sure that Cruz couldn't score, and he didn't even try to. He stopped at third anyway. So now there's runners at the corners with 2 outs, a chance for the Nats to capitalize. That is the right fielder's ball. I don't know what Tatis is thinking there. Now there'll be a mound visit here. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Giolito being talked to by his pitching coach. 2 hits in a row for these Nats. They're getting going. Another run here would be nice. Make it not even a save situation. Give us at least 3 runs of cushion. Tatis, the one who made the error, though, talking quickly to the pitcher. Bogart says a couple words to him. Tatis super overrated this season. Yes, he is. After not even hitting a home run this season, that's the thing. He hasn't even hit a bomb yet, and he hasn't really driven in many runs. His average is worse than usual so far at least. Yeah, it's going to be this way this season. I think he's going to stay that way. I think he has 10 home runs at most this season. It's now to be Jacob Young with 2 outs, 232 average, 7 home runs, 24 ribbies. He struck out back in the second inning looking on a pitch that was a little bit out of the zone. I think he got rung up on a bad call. So now to be Young's chance to try to drive in one. The pitch, and that's outside ball 1. Lyle has a dive back into first. Fermin, the catcher, faked a pickoff over to first. Maybe he wanted to get Cruz to get a little momentum. Maybe try to get him out at third. Lyle at first, Cruz at third. After that little bloop single into the hole, no one got to it. Just a nice break there for the Nats. The 1-0 is low, ball 2 with a slider, and it's a 2-0 count. So now Giolito up to 74 pitches on that pitch count. So 2-0, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Young trying to drive in runs here. It would be really nice for him. Victor Estevez, the guy over at third. Corey Ray, your coach at first. Those are your base coaches for the Nats this season. They've been doing well. Victor Estevez, or I think that's his name, or Carlo. Here's the 2-0. Young takes a changeup high, ball 3. I believe it's something else. Let me check here. So we got Yuki Matsui in the bullpen for the Padres, a longer guy. It is Victor. Okay, it is Victor. Here's the 3-0 to Young. Right in there, called strike 1 with a fastball at 91. The way Young's been swinging, though, I think of guys, he should have a 3-0 count, green light, because he's been swinging it well. Ruiz on deck, though. He already has a bomb in this game back in the second. Here's the 3-1 coming to Young. Young takes low and out. Throw over to third. Back in safely is Cruz. So the bases are loaded now. Lyle up to second anyway, but he's up on a walk. So Young draws a walk. The bases are loaded with 2 outs for Keibert Ruiz. I don't know if Ruiz has any multi-game home run games, but now he has the bases loaded, so really just a hit could drive in a couple runs here. Doesn't even need anything dramatic. Ruiz has a bomb, though. 5 home runs on the season now. Had a big dramatic one. Just barely got out of here. Time called. Ruiz steps out of the plate. Now catcher will come out. Now the entire infield will come in here. Is this the end of the day for Giolito? Oh, it's not. So just Machado, and looks like Stammen will come out of the pen now. So this is the end of the day for Lucas Giolito. He only ends up working 2 2/3. This day is over. So Giolito ends early. Yuki Matsui will come into the game now. They got to Giolito early. They did everything right here. So only 2 2/3 innings worked for Giolito. He ends up giving up 5 hits. We don't know his run total just yet. He walked 4 guys. I feel like that can't really happen at the big league level, especially 1 in the first, 2 in the first, and then 2 in the fourth. I will definitely be tuning into your channel from now on. I like watching the Nats play. Keep it up. Thank you, radio. Thanks for tuning in. We are a fun team to watch. That's something we do. We're a fun team. Wood has not gone yard yet, sir, so that's just for you. So bases are loaded now for Ruiz, who will face a new pitcher in Yuki Matsui. I believe he's a righty coming out of the pen, relieving Giolito, a fellow righty. I played this guy in MLB The Show. He's annoying, I'll tell you that. But I have gotten to him a few times. Pitches for the Padres, of course. He worked 2 innings pitched back on Monday. That was the last time he worked. Wow. 6 games, no ERA over 12 innings, so they haven't been able to get to him yet. He is a lefty out of the pen. Okay. So maybe you'll see the Nationals start bringing in the righty hitters because Matsui's probably here to stay for a little while. Maybe 2 innings or so. Or they just stick with the lefties. Rodney's here. Rodney Slinger says, let's go Nats. Let's go, Rodney. Let's go Nats. Let's go, man. Let's do it. Thanks for tuning in, Rodney. I hope you're having a good day. So, 1 subscriber away from 290. It'd be really cool if we hit it tonight. Let's get 1 subscriber. So it'll be Yuki Matsui to hit. Bases loaded. It'll be Keibert Ruiz to hit from the right side now. Back in the second, he went yard from the left side. Just barely snuck it out of here. Just barely. We just need 1 more subscriber. Let's do it. So it'll be Yuki to face Keibert Ruiz. But thanks for tuning in, Rodney. So Giolito's out of here early. He gets out of the game early. Maybe he can head home a little early. He probably won't have to pay the all-day parking fee if he leaves here quick enough. So now it'll be Keibert Ruiz to face Yuki Matsui, the lefty. He sets. He's a little lefty. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Almost got away from the catcher or hit Ruiz. Both almost happened. But neither of them do happen. 6 games. Once again, no ERA. 28.3% of batters he's faced. He's struck out. He now waits. He comes set. He bends over a little bit before he comes set. Now he's set at the belt. The 1-0. Here's the pitch. Way out with a splitter, and it'll be a 2-0 count. So it'll be 2-0 here with 2 outs. For Ruiz, who's hitting 260. I tried to sub a second time, but they wouldn't let me. Yeah, it's a one-time thing. Unless you have another channel or another account, you can't. But thanks for trying, Mr. Rodney. Thanks for trying to help us hit 290. So it'll be 2-0 here to Ruiz. Ruiz will take a timeout. Ruiz has Young at first, Lyle at second, Cruz at third. So speed all around the bases. Good chance for him to try to drive in a couple. And also Matsui is just trying to get a strike in there out of the pen. But he hasn't given up a run just yet. None of these would be earned to him. They'd be inherited to Giolito, actually, because he inherited them. Here's the 2-0 to Ruiz. Ruiz fouls this one back on a fastball. Catcher's going to go give it a look, but it will get out of play up through the first few decks behind first baseline. First few stands. A fan will go get that. Fan from Puckettsville, New Jersey just caught that one. That is not a real city. A fictional city I just thought of one time. Thought if Puckettsville would be anywhere, it'd be from New Jersey. So it'd be 2-1 here with 2 outs. Matsui comes set. Bends over a little bit. Now he's ready to go. The 2-1 coming. The 2-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and hits this one up into the air into shallow right center. Laureano coming in. Laureano's under it. Laureano makes the catch for out number 3. So the Nationals strand the bases loaded. Matsui gets out of it. In the end, Giolito's line will only have 4 runs on there. 1 run in the inning for the Nats on 2 hits. 3 men left on base. We strand the bases loaded. We're through 3 here in D.C. It is the Nationals 4, the Padres 2. We'll head to the 4th. It'll be Andujar, Laureano in France for the Padres in the 4th inning. Nationals box score quite filled, though, through their first 3 innings. They get 4 on the board. They're just trying to not have to face the closer. And that is good, no matter what you need to do to not face Mason Miller. So head to the 4th. Andujar, Laureano in France. Those would be the 3 guys Awesome Andrew will face. We'll check out Mason Miller's stat a little bit. Have a stat chat right here. Talk about Mason Miller, who pitched on Saturday. Saturday was his last game. An 0.76 ERA, 1-1 record, 47 strikeouts. Those are Cy Young numbers. There's a legitimate shot for this guy to win Cy Young. 23.2 innings worked, 47 strikeouts with an 0.80 whip. He could realistically win the Cy Young. But he's good. He's been pretty good. Did he start? He started games in 2023 as the Athletics had him. He started as a starter. Then the next year he's converted. Then he starts getting save opportunities. Goes 28 for 31. Then he goes 22 for 26 in 2025. This season he's 16 for 16. 66 career saves. I wonder if he hits 100 this season. So Awesome will now face the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th inning, we go. So ESPN is very ahead of me here. Just let me make the call, everybody. I am behind because I'm watching it locally. But just let me make the call. No spoilers in the chat. Beautiful day from Nationals Park. Sun really starting to set now. So it's going to be Andujar, Laureano in France for the Nationals in the 4th inning. Andrew Alvarez into the line. First pitch shows bunt, and that is low and in ball 1. Alvarez couldn't hit the zone that time. It'll be a 1-0 count. Andujar, 265, 5 home runs, 17 ribbies. Grounded into a fielder's choice back in the first off of Schultz. The 1-0. This one is in there. Called strike 1 with a slider. That one looked a little bit outside, but they're going to call it a strike. Just barely touching the zone with that 82-mile-an-hour slider. Awesome Andrew, good at painting, though. Here's the 1-1. Swinging and a foul off, and we'll do 1-2. That one fouled back. 33 pitches at the pitch count for Awesome Andrew. So we 1-2 here. Alvarez into the wind. The 1-2. Low ball 2 with a curveball, and that evens up the count. So it'll be 2-2 here. Trying to work. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul, and we'll do 2-2 again. 2-2, no outs. Here in the top of the 4th, Nationals have a 4-2 lead over the Padres, who are, people think we're rivals, but I don't think we really are. It's just that stuff that happened between Manny Machado and Keibert Ruiz. The 2-2 is low and in ball 3, and that fills up the count to 3-2. There's a time where I think it was Jurickson Profar hit a home run the night before. I believe it was a walk-off homer. The next day, Ruiz kind of confronted him about it. Just talked to him, just said a few words to him, and then the benches ended up clearing. No punches were thrown, but benches cleared. That happens a lot in baseball. The 3-2. Swinging a line drive, left field. That's a base hit to left field. Meade tried to dive and make a catch, but it's through the hole in the left. Lyle will throw it in, and Andujar has a base hit here with no outs to lead off the 4th. So it's a base hit. Awesome Andrew went to the low and in slider. Andujar just fought it off into left field. Managed to just plug it into left field. So that's a base hit. It'd be nice for Alvarez to work 4 or 5 innings here. Any around that range. That'd be great. Foster Griffin gets the start tomorrow. Coming set is Alvarez. First pitch to Laureano is low ball 1 with a sinker, and it's a 1-0 count. I'll get you guys a stream for tomorrow to watch. Maybe tomorrow you should tune into a different streamer, hang out with them. But we will be on not at the mic. I will be at the game, which I'm very excited for. I will update you on Instagram, though. The 1-0 In there, called strike one with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and that evens up the count at 1-1, 211 average for Ramon Laureano. 7 home runs, 21 ribbies. Alvarez comes set. He waits and checks a look at Andujar over at first. He kept his leg up there, the pitch, swinging a foul on 1-2. So Alvarez, as he went in to go to the plate, he kept his leg up for a split second, had it in the air. So to be 1-2 here. Highest breaking ball rate, you got Steven Okert for the Astros, and then Parker and Alvarez at 69.1 and 63.0. Now, time called by the hitter Laureano as Alvarez was going to the plate. Laureano called time quickly. So he steps back up to the plate. It'll be a 1-2 here. He's only thrown his fastball 9 times this entire game. Here's the pitch. So you're going to loop into center, or that's not going to get to second. Nunez tags the bag, and that's all he's going to get. So that was a looper almost out of the infield. Nunez made a nice play, tagged the bag with his glove. So instead of tagging it with his foot, he puts his glove down and tags it. So it's a fielder's choice for Ramon Laureano to find his way on to first. Nunez was running towards second, tagged it with his bag, looked to go to first. Couldn't make the play. Almost got to center, but Nunez cuts it off. So out number 1 here in the 4th. Throw back over is not in time. So that's a 4 unassisted for out number 1 on a fielder's choice. So runner still at first. Nunez continues to be smooth out there over at short. Nunez with a nice play. Alvarez will go back over again. Back in safely. So now Laureano's cleared to go. But he's a first baseman, so is he really going? Oh, Laureano stole a base back in the 2nd inning. I take back what I said. He might be going here. Alvarez could use a slide step right here, or a pitch out would be nice. Something to keep him on the bag. Here's the pitch, and that's way high with a slider, ball 1. Got Ruiz, had to bring it down, and then fell over a little bit as he brought it down. Laureano doesn't go anywhere. Once again, Alvarez leaves his leg in the air for a split second. So it'll be a 1-0 here. Who would cover the bag here with the lefty up to bat? It's probably Nunez to cover it. Alvarez leaves his leg in the air again. The 1-0 is outside with a curveball. It'll be a 2-0 count. So it'll be 2-0, 1 out here in the 4th. Thanks for tuning in with me. Alvarez now at 44 pitches. He comes set. Here's the pitch. High ball 3. The throw down to second. Oh no! Nunez tagged him. Laureano called safe. That's the call for now, and the Nationals do not have a challenge. The Nationals don't have a challenge left. Into second safely is Laureano. He steals the bag. What a play there by Ruiz. The Nats don't have a challenge. They can't take a second look at this, but it looks like he may have been in there. So 1 out. Now runners in scoring position here in the 4th. Nunez thought he had it, but the umpire had different opinions. He went to go show out first, then he didn't. Swinging a ground ball through the hole in the left field. Runner didn't have too much momentum, though. He'll have to stop at third. So that's the second base hit of the inning. Runner at third now with 1 out. Ty France just drives that one to left field, and that's a base hit. So Awesome Andrew's going to have an awesome situation here. Runners at first and third. He's going to have to work out of this. Let's go, Andrew. Andrew steps back up to the plate with 1 out here in the 4th, and it's going to be Freddie Fermin to face him. 138 average, no home runs, 3 ribbies. Alvarez comes set. First pitch to Fermin, and that's inside, ball 1 with a fastball. So Awesome Andrew really just can't walk this guy. That's the one thing. You cannot walk this guy. 1-0, 1 out. Coming set, waiting. Or Alvarez didn't come set there. Now he comes set. Hands held decently high. He deals. Swing and a miss at a changeup in the zone, and that evens up the count at 1-1. Alvarez threw that one right in the zone with a changeup. Still didn't go to the fastball. He seems to be allergic to his fastball here. I mean, he had 10 of them, and he's thrown 48 pitches. He throws a lot of breaking balls and off speeds. The 1-1. So, foul, off of Ruiz. Ouch. Hopefully Ruiz is okay off his chest. He looks okay, though. He's right back up, ready to go. Umpire Ripperger goes out to talk to pitcher Alvarez, give a new ball and such. So 1-2 here with 1 out. Looks like they're all good to go. Alvarez comes set. He'll throw to Ruiz here. Here comes the 1-2. He waits. Now he delivers. Swinging a ground ball foul on the curveball, and we'll do 1-2 again. Behind hole plate is really filled up. You don't get that much of a crowd usually in Nationals games. But this, I'm going to say this, the Nationals have a crowd tonight for this game. Good for the Nats. They've brought in a crowd tonight. Got a good, decent amount of people here for this evening baseball game. So we 1-2, 1 out. Here, top 4. Awesome Andrews steps back onto the rubber. He comes set. A strikeout here would be great. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball foul on the fastball at 92 inside. We'll do 1-2 again. So 1-2, 1 out. Here, top 4. Alvarez now at 51 pitches, but you can use him into the pitch count because he is technically the starter. After Schultz was the opener, you can let Alvarez stretch it out here. 1-2, 1 out. Bob Henley's the coach over at third, former Nats third base coach. The 1-2 is just low and out, ball 2. Didn't get the count there, and he evens it up at 2-2. 2-2, 1 out. So it'll be 2-2, the pitch. Low and in, ball 3 with a changeup, and that makes it 3-2. So it'll be 3-2, 1 out. On deck is Fernando Tatis, though. Laureano takes his lead away. It'll be 3-2, 1 out. So the runner at first may be moving, but Laureano probably won't over at third. The 3-2. Swing a ground ball foul again. So for me, it's really working in AB here, being scrappy. Alvarez pitch count up to 54. But he is a bullpen arm, so you can't judge him on his first start. You've seen the fastball, the changeup, then the fastball, then the curve, then the fastball, then the changeup, then the curveball, or then the changeup, then the curve. The 3-2. So in a ground ball, shortstop Abrams fields it. He can only go to first with it in time for the out. So the runner, Laureano, is going to score, but that's a ground out RBI. So Fermin grounds out to drive in a run, and it's a 4-3 game. So Fermin scores, Laureano scores, France up to second. He was on the move on the play. So he was on the move, so they couldn't turn the double play. They stayed out of it by sending the runner. So 2 outs now, and there's a runner at second, and now it is the Nationals 4, the Padres 3. Now to be Fernando Tatis Jr. Tatis takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1. He's in the leadoff spot tonight. He's 1 for 2. Scored back in the first, but he grounded out in the third. It's a longer game. We're coming up on 2 hours, and it's only the 4th inning. Coming set is Alvarez. Here comes the 1-0 to Tatis. Low, ball 2 with a slider, and it's a 2-0 count. This might end up being a bullpen game, boys. But the thing is, Alvarez is the long man. And so you need a couple more innings out of him. I'd like to get maybe 1 or 2 innings more. The 2-0. Low, ball 3 with a curveball, and it's 3-0. I think Alvarez has gone 3-0 to a couple hitters. He's usually able to bounce back if he just stays in the zone. And that's a good approach to stay with Tatis, especially during the heart of this lineup coming up. So it'll be a 3-0 here from Alvarez to Tatis. Runners at first and second. The 3-0 is right in there, called strike 1 with a slider. So there, when he needed a strike, he didn't go with the fastball. No, he went to the slider. So it'll be 3-1 here. Alvarez waits on his sign. Tatis moves his bat a little bit, now brings it up into his stance. The 3-1. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but foul, and we'll do 3-2 now. Alvarez really got a good look at that one. He had to watch it there. Watch it fly, Andrew. Watch it fly. So it'll be 3-2, 2 outs. The runners will be on the move. So there's no runner at first, actually. There's only a runner at second, and it's France. Trying to strand the tying run at second. The 3-2 coming. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball into right field. Coming in is Cruz. He can't make the play. Runner headed home, and he scores, and we're tied at 4. France scores on the RBI single by Tatis. Still a terrible hitter, Tatis. He drives in a run. Still can't hit a bomb, though. So it's a tie game now. Alvarez gives up his 4th run of the game. Well, that's his 3rd of the game only, 2 in this inning. So Awesome Andrew gives up 2 in the inning. It's a tie game. So the Nationals going to need their offense to provide in the 4th when they got Nunez, Wood, and Garcia coming up. Tatis can celebrate when he hits a bomb. How about that? We'll do that for him. Now, Simon Matthews will come out and talk to Alvarez. Thank you. That just had to step off the screen for a second. Simon Matthews just does a couple works to him and then comes back. So it's like Pizza Hut's the new pizza sponsor of the Nats. Usually they have Papa John's. Papa John's has all those. The last year they had, if James Wood hits a home run, you get a free pizza or something. I believe that was the promotion. So people got roughly 30 free pizzas or so. It's going to be Gavin Sheets. Here's the first pitch from Alvarez, and it's high ball 1. So one critique I have of Awesome Andrew today is maybe don't throw as many balls. I think getting to a 2-0 count on a hitter is great, but maybe 3-0 isn't great. So here comes the 1-0 to Sheets. That's in there. Called strike 1 with a sinker, and that evens up the count at 1-1. I think you should let Awesome also start a game. Don't let the opener start it. Let Awesome start the game. So it'll be a 1-1 here. Here's the pitch, and Alvarez will go back in a first. Back in safely without a dive is Tatis. So it'll be a 1-1 here with 2 outs. Alvarez steps back onto the rubber. He's got his sign. He comes set. He's got what he wants here. Here comes the 1-1. It is high, ball 2, and it's a 2-1 count. So 2-1 here with 2 outs. Alvarez at 64 pitches now. I think you could send him out for the 5th. Maybe have an arm ready to go like Brad Lord or so. But then you have to use other arms. Here's the 2-1 to go back over to first. Back in safely is Tatis. Garcia will tag him. No dive that time once again. And that's able to get one in the 4th or in the 3rd. Maybe they can get another one in the 4th. Nunez will have to turn around and hit from the right side in the bottom of the 4th. Alvarez sets the 2-1. Is low and out with a slider, and that makes it a 3-1 count. So Awesome Andrew has Sheets on a 3-1 count. 3-1, 2 outs. Alvarez waits on his sign. He comes set. Leading away from first is Tatis. He could go here. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a foul off right field side, and we'll do 3-2 now. So 3-2, 2 outs. In the bullpen is Orlando Rebalta. Disney's getting warmed up out there, maybe for the 5th, or just getting him loose. He isn't off the mound yet. He's still shuffling throws. 3-2, 2 outs now. Tatis will be on the move. Coming sets Alvarez. The 3-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, says third base umpire Dan Bellino. Terrible call there. He definitely went at that pitch. What? Oh my gosh. He went. That was a clear swing, and they don't call it. So Tatis moves up to second. And now there's runners on first and second and 2 outs, and Awesome has to face yet another batter.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
Not a good call from Enrico Palazzo there. Dan Bellino definitely blew that call. So it'll be Xander Bogaerts now. Bogaerts takes a curveball in there, called strike 1 at 81. That one was definitely, he went that time too. I don't know why they said called strike. So it'll be 0-1 here with 2 outs. Getting out of this would be nice for Awesome. Awesome Andrew could use some runners stranded here. The 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Thomas. He went that time too. So they're just not calling swings anymore. Come on. Awesome is not getting help from the umpires here.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So that'll make it a 1-1 count again. The pitch. High, ball 2, high and in with a fastball. It'll be a 2-1 count. These umpires, I love that we're getting the ABS challenges for swings next year. I love that they're testing that technology out. We need that in the big leagues. We desperately need that. That is a hole in the game. It's clear, and they definitely need that. So it'll be 2-1, 2 outs. The pitch. In there, called strike 2 with a changeup, and that makes it a 2-2 count. Did he ABS that? Did he really? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It's 2-2, 2 outs. He did not ABS it. Alvarez just turned around and looked at the scoreboard, so I thought he was ABSing it. Alvarez steps back onto the rubber. 2-2, 2 outs. He waits on his sign. Ruiz gives the one he wants, so he comes set. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, foul. Third base side, we'll do 2-2 again. Alvarez now at 72 pitches. So maybe the Nats are going to need a couple innings out of Rebalta now. "23 strikes in this inning, 18 balls for Alvarez. So just control problem today. Hopefully he finds it the next time he starts. The 2-2. Swinging a foul back, and we'll do 2-2 again. They're fouling off a lot of pitches, too. They're being really scrappy the way we were to Giolito in the first 3 innings of our offense. So 2 outs here. Alvarez steps back onto the rubber. He wears a red undershirt under his jersey. Just noticed that now. He does not have the sign he wants. He shook off a lot of times there. Now he's got it. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He went to the fastball that time. Strikeout number 1 for Awesome Andrew. First strikeout of the night for him. Sets out number 3. A chaotic inning that time. A long inning, too. So now we head to the bottom of the 4th. This is going to be a long inning. A long inning from Awesome there. A lot of foul balls. A lot of plays. A lot of everything. So 2 runs in the inning. So it's a tie game now. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. No errors. 2 runners left on base. We're now tied up, all knotted at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. This is not good. You got to be in a lead when you come into the 9th inning because Mason Miller is going to pitch for these guys if we don't have a lead. So it'll be bottom 4. It's going to be Nunez and then the top of the order with Wood and Garcia Jr. Wood is quiet on the day. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. He is going to face a lefty in Yuki Matsui, though. How will that affect him? We will see. It's going to be Smoothness to lead it off, though. Smoothness. Maybe that's a better one, Smoothness. It's going to be a long inning, really. We're going to hit 2 hours, and we're going to be through 4 innings at most. Unless they get a really, really quick inning, which I don't think on the Nationals offense, a pitcher can get a really, really quick inning. This is one of the better offenses in the league now, so it's hard to get quick innings. Bottom 4, we go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're looking at a good baseball game, though. Even if we do have to see Miller, we're looking at a good game here. Live right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, watching the Nationals Padres game. We've got plenty of people in the chat, and we've got 18 likes on the day. Let's go. We're at 19. Okay. Plenty of people in the chat. Let's go. We're about to hit 20 likes. So be sure to hit that like button. Help us hit 20 likes. So the President's race just happened, and George got the win. A diving finish, though. George able to get the win. Abe thought he had it. Maybe we're going to need an ABS on that, on who won the President's race. Now to be Nasim Nunez. The pitch to Nunez as Matsui goes. The pitch. Nunez takes a fastball at 91 right in there called strike 1. Nunez a 5'8" hitter for the Nationals. Second baseman. The stereotype fits him. A short second baseman. Here comes the 0-1 to Nunez. Nunez checks. Oh, sword swing there on a splitter in the dirt, and it's 0-2. So quickly 0-2 on Nunez. Nunez, with his first career home runs, he hit 2 in his first game. He hit 2 with his first career home runs in the same game. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss at a splitter low. And that is strikeout number 1 for Matsui here in the bottom of the 4th. I apologize there for my voice. So that's strikeout number 1 for Matsui. That's how we get the bottom of the 4th started. The Nationals could use some offense here. Wood could help out the team right here. That'd be very helpful for him and for the team. Get his stat padding going a little bit. First pitch to Jimmy Wood. Time called here. Hitter takes a timeout. That's Wood. He'll step out of the box. You got short Yuki Matsui pitching, and then tall James Wood up to the plate. Matsui a little lefty against a tall lefty in Wood. Coming sets Matsui. The pitch to James Wood. He goes. Wood takes a slider low and out, ball 1. So 1-0 here with 1 out. Wood is first in the league in runs. That's interesting. I actually knew that. First in the league with walks as well. 415 on base percentage. First in that. 96.6 with the average exit velo. So here comes the 1-0 to James Wood. Here's the pitch from Matsui. Wood swings and grounds this one at the second baseman. Tatis, he backs up. Now fires to first in time to get James Wood out. Sets out number 2. 2 quick outs there for Matsui to get out Nunez and Wood, arguably the best hitter in baseball. So Matsui retires him. Now to be Luis Garcia Jr. to hit. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He was out headed to second on a ball. He tried to stretch into a double. He didn't get it, though. Here's the first pitch to Louis. A lefty-lefty matchup here. Here's the first pitch. Louis swings and fouls this one back on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's immediately 0-1. This will be 0-1 with 2 outs. Louis could help out the team right here. Anything could help out the team. Any run support at all. Coming set is Matsui. Here comes the 0-1. Garcia swings and grounds this one at the first baseman. First baseman France will flip it up to Matsui, who covers the bag in time for the out, and the Nationals go down 1-2-3 here in the 4th. So that was a quick inning of work for Matsui, 1-2-3. So we're through 4 innings of baseball now. We'll head to the 5th. It's still Nationals 4, Padres 4 as we head to the 5th inning. We'll check if there's any pitching changes or anything. We'll check up on some other scores later. Will it still be Alvarez, though, after 3 innings of work? So Disney Orlando Rebalta is going to take over here. That's the end of the day for awesome Andrew Alvarez. 3 innings worked for awesome. He gives up 5 hits. I think that's correct. We got 5 hits. Yep, 5 hits. 3 runs. All 3 are earned. He walks 1 guy and strikes out a guy as well. So that is his final line. 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. All 3 are earned with a walk and a strikeout. Now Disney Orlando Rebalta is going to take over. So Disney will take us from here, maybe an inning or 2. Hopefully Rebalta can get this bullpen going. That'd be really helpful for this team. Get the bullpen running early. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, everybody. Help out the channel. We'll check up on Twitter, any Nats fans tweeting anything about the game. Wheeling and dealing. They're talking about the offense. They're doing pretty well. So they got a lot of people talking about this offense. The Nationals offense looking good, though. Nationals offense shaping up lately. They're the best offense in the league. Now they just got to figure it out in this game so we don't have to see Miller. So we head to the 5th inning. We head to the top of the 5th. It'll be Machado, Merrill, and Andujar. A good group here for Orlando to get his day started. So top of the 5th we go. Machado will lead it off against the new pitcher, Disney Orlando Rebalta. They're showing the Nunez play again, or just Nunez in general. Nunez has been doing it all today, out in the field. Nunez has been a very good glove for this team. Rebalta, the huge man on the mound, very long legs, now facing Manny, the righty-righty matchup, the pitch. Machado takes a slider that bends in the zone, called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here in the 5th. Rebalta, 13 games, he has a 2.13 ERA, so he's been doing pretty well. Got to see him live where he kept it scoreless in the 9th inning, but the Nationals couldn't score any runs behind him. Here comes the 0-1 to Machado. Swinging a pop-up into foul ground, but this one will get out of play third base side. It'll be an 0-2 count. Rebalta immediately has Machado on an 0-2 count. Successful there, immediately getting Machado down to 0-2. Rebalta comes set. He wears stirrup pants on the mound, and he looks very tall in them. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be at the shortstop, Abrams. Fields cleanly. Fires to first in time to get Manny Machado for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. So Orlando able to set down Manny Machado for out number 1. So we called Orlando Rebalta Disney because when he's on the mound, he takes you on a roller coaster. He puts you through a lot of stress, but you end up happy in the end. You're still going to be through stress, though. He lets guys on the bases, but he manages to strand them, too, as you saw with the ERA at 2.13. Here's the pitch from Rebalta to Merrill, and that's crushed out to center field, but Young is there, Young under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Merrill with a good piece there, but he's out, so that's out number 2. So now with 2 outs, that'll bring up Miguel Andujar. He is 1 for 2 on the day, fielder's choice, and a single. Rebalta at 4 pitches, working efficiently here. Why not work efficiently when you know you might have to work 2? Here's the first pitch to Andujar. That's low ball 1, just low. Ruiz wanted to challenge it there, stops himself. The Nationals are dead last in challenges, though. We are not good at doing that. That is something the Nationals are, I'll say we're failures at that. We cannot be successful with a challenge. Here comes the 1-0 coming. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Thomas. I'm going to assume no, because Thomas favors the Padres today. First base umpire favors them. Same with Dan Bellino. They both seem to favor the Padres today, giving them a lot more calls. The lights are really bright here as it's turned to the evening here at 8:30. The 2-0. So in a ground ball, this is going to be at the third baseman Meade. Across the line. Fires to first. What a play by Curtis Meade. Curtis Meade, that ground ball hugged the foul line. He made a nice play and fired it over to first, and Orlando Rebalta gets a quick 1-2-3 here in the 5th. Exactly what the Nationals needed there. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base as we head to the bottom of the 5th. The Nationals and the Padres still knotted up all at 4. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Meade, Abrams, and Cruz for the Nationals in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here we go, bottom 5. Meade has a home run in the game, but he doesn't need a home run here. Just get on base and let the RBI machine go to work. That'd be anything. That's something he could use. Just grab an RBI. So now we'll head bottom 5. Abrams is the RBI machine. Cruz has an RBI in this game, though. Second RBI of the season for him. He previously only had 1 on his home run. Then today he decided he's going to drive in some runs. And why not drive in runs today? So we'll head bottom 5. We're still knotted at 4 if you're just joining us. Thanks for tuning in. You're in for a good game, though. We'll see how these 3 guys go to work. And will Orlando stay out for a second inning of work? That's big, too. Will Orlando stay out there after a quick first inning? And if Matsui even stays out there, you got to think about him, too. Does Yuki Matsui stay in the game? And Curtis Meade, though, is a righty, so he'll face him. 7 hits for the Padres, 5 for the Nats, and somehow we're tied. I think the Nationals should be leading here, though. Just some trouble for Awesome Andrew. So at bottom 5. Matsui looking over. He comes set. He'll face Curtis Meade, a righty here. So a lefty-righty matchup. Good thing Meade was in the starting lineup. First pitch to Meade. Meade swings and hits this one. Shallow right, coming in his right fielder, Laureano hugging the line, now towards the corner, and he doesn't catch it in fair territory. Meade's going to have to stop at first, though, and he dives back in. So Laureano got confused on that fly ball out to right, really got him turned around. Then he came off the line a little bit, and he can't make the catch. So a reached on air probably. We're probably going to get a reached on air for him. Or so, either one. Probably a reached on air. Meade wasn't hustling too much out of the box. Probably thought it was a catch. He probably should be at second here. They're going to give him an air. So they are going to give him a hit here. So Meade gets a base knock with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. So a runner on for CJ. The pitch from Matsui. Abrams takes a fastball right in there called strike 1. Matsui's only full inning was back in the 4th when he got the 1-2-3. So he's at 13 pitches. How long will he last, though? Abrams now has an 0-1 count. Matsui sets. Here comes the 0-1 to CJ. CJ takes a slider low and out, ball 1 in the dirt. blocked by the catcher Fermin. So that evens up the count. So be 1-1 here. Abrams taps the plate a couple times into his stance. You'll notice 2023 to 2024, he raised his hands up in his stance. And notice in 2024, he hit so many more bombs. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It was broke, and he fixed it. The 1-1 and Abrams hits this one left field side foul, and it'll be 1-2 now. So 1-2 here, bottom 5. Matsui wears number 1 on the mound. Very worth it. He's probably the smallest on the team, probably. That's just an assumption, though. So do not quote me on that. It's going to be 1-2 here. Meade with a good lead. Here's the 1-2 to CJ. And Abrams swings and grounds this one foul on a splitter inside. First base side, we'll do 1-2 again. Matsui back onto the rubber. He's waiting here. He wipes off the ball. Matsui's getting really sweaty here. He's at 16 pitches. We'll check on his pitch count from other games, see if he even has ever gone to this length now. Abrams been a really good fantasy shortstop as well. Been the best shortstop in baseball lately, especially in the NL. The 1-2. And Abrams swings and fouls this one off. We'll do 1-2 again. Bottom of this, still knotted up at 4. 1-2, no outs. Oh no. Abrams 294, 12 bombs. Here's the pitch to Abrams coming. Matsui sets. The little Japanese fella. Here comes the 1-2 to Abrams. He delivers. Abrams gets hit by that one. He's drilled in the leg. Hopefully he's okay, but he takes one for the team, and C.J. Abrams is going to walk this one off. He will find himself at first. Good free pass there. He was on a 1-2 count, and he takes one on the inside leg. Oof, on the left leg. So his right leg got out of there in time, but Abrams took one for the team. So now that moves Meade up to second, Abrams at first. With no outs, the Nationals have a runner in scoring position, and Dylan Cruz up to the plate. No outs here, bottom 5. Abrams stretching his leg out a little bit, making sure it's okay. Be nice for him to run the bases quickly. Get some runs on the board. But Meade's the important guy over at second. And now you got Jeremiah Estrada up in the pen for the Padres. Probably not as good as Matsui. Matsui's been pretty good. I would rather face Estrada than Matsui. Bottom 5 we hang out in. It's a beautiful sunset in D.C. Wow, that is a beautiful overlook. And this is a beautiful stadium as well. People in the stadium being asked to make some noise. They're listening a little bit, and they're making some noise. 1 second here. We're going to step off for just 1 second. We're not there. So now with no outs, it'll be Dylan Cruz. He's 1 for 2 on the day. A fly out and a single. Single drove in a run. That's his second RBI of the season. Good for Cruz for driving in another run. Coming sets Matsui. It'll be DC Cruz to hit. Here's the pitch. Cruz takes a slider in there called strike 1 at 87. I'd like to see Lyle come up in this situation as well. Lyle's on deck. He's 1 for 2, though. Lyle's an RBI machine, and he's a clutch gene guy, too. In a clutch situation, Lyle comes to bat. Cruz, though, in the 5-hole, he's been good. One of the lone righties in the lineup, the 0-1. Cruz swings and lines this one. Caught by the third baseman, Machado. Meade had to dive back into second to be safe, but Machado makes a nice play for out number 1. Live stream broadcast on District Nation Network, MLB Baseball Action. Thank you, Charles, for that reminder of why we are here for some MLB baseball right here on District Nation. So 1 out here. Your support and contributions on the District Nation Network is greatly appreciated. You are valued indeed. Thanks. Thank you, Charles, for reminding them. Matsui sets. The pitch to Lyle, and that is swung on and grounded foul, and it'll be 0-1. Looks like that one went off of Lyle's leg. Be 0-1. Hopefully he's okay. Play to win the game. Yep, you got to play to win the game. It's be 0-1, 1 out. Lyle does wear a red, white, and blue leg guard, but I'd like Lyle to just explode on one right here. His leg guard has a bomb on it. Let's explode right here, Lyle. Young on deck, he's 0 for 1, but Lyle's 1 for 2. There's a lefty-lefty matchup here. Here is the 0-1 to Lyle. He swings and hits this one out to shallow left, coming in's left fielder Sheets. In the foul ground, he makes the catch in fair territory for out number 2. So that's out number 2, caught in fair territory. So now to be Jacob Young with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position and a man at first. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. It'll be Jacob Young. After a line out and a fly out, these boys have to manufacture something. Help out their man Rabalta. Help out Awesome Andrew a little bit. So now Stammen's going to come out, and Matsui's day is over, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to go to Jeremiah Estrada, a righty. So now back to all the lefty hitters having the advantage now. Matsui's day is over. So he worked 2 full innings, because he worked a third of an inning to start, then he works a full inning, so then he'd be at 1.1. Then he has 0.2, so he's at 2 innings. He gave up 1 hit in his time on the mound, and that hit went to Curtis Mead. And that was a play. Laureano played that fly ball wrong. So, yeah, there you go. That almost wasn't a hit. Smash some free subs and hit the like button. Let's go. If you're inspired to join in the chat, you're welcome to do so at any time respectfully. Thank you, Charles, for that reminder. We don't know his run total just yet for Matsui. He had a strikeout, no walks. Or he had 1 walk, 1 strikeout. I apologize for that. Hope everyone's enjoying the broadcast so far. Thanks for tuning in to District Nation for live play of the Washington Nationals. Bottom of the 5th, we go. Thanks for people who have been here all season as well. We've gained, I think, 160 subscribers since opening day. But thanks to the OGs as well, who's been here since day one, who've been with the channel since April, really. March was when we started calling this season's games. Or February, even. So we're at 19 likes. Let's go. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel. I know everyone here has not liked just yet. So just take a hot second and hit that like button. It takes no time at all. It is completely free. So to be 2 outs here and a chance for Jacob Young to drive in a run. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and a walk. It'll be Jeremiah Estrada to come out of the pen for the Padres. Here in the bottom of the 5th, the Nationals trying to get something going here with 2 outs. Estrada, a righty, to face Young, a fellow righty. 18 games this season, 1-1 record. He has 6 holds, but a 3 ERA. Let's get that ERA up a little, Jacob Young. Send his ERA flying through the roof tonight. Let's go, Young. So runners at first and second, 2 outs. Chance for the Nats to get something on the board here in the bottom of the 5th. Still no ABS challenges in this game. First pitch to Young. That's going to be a splitter in there called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Estrada comes set. He waits. Now here comes the 0-1 to Jacob Young, the pitch. So you're going to chop her up the middle. That's through into center field for a base hit. Mead circling around home. He's going to score. He rounded third. He scored. Jacob Young delivers here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the Nationals take a 5-4 lead. Jacob Young doesn't hit that one too hard. Just pokes it up the middle. Abrams can't go to third. Hopefully his leg's okay. He stopped at second. But Young just pokes that one right up the middle for a base knock. Shortstop Bogart, second baseman Tatis could not get to it. He drives in a run, and it's a 5-4 game. Rodney Slinger says, nice, let's go. N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! He poked that one off the bat, and it was 100 miles an hour. It looked like he just kind of roped it a little lightly. RBI single for him. Mead scores from second. Abrams at first. Or Abrams at second now. The pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a fastball outside. Ball 1. So the Nationals have the lead here in the bottom of the 5th now. They take it back again. 266 average for Ruiz. He's been one of the better hitting catchers in May, at least since mid-May. He's found it a little bit offensively. Here's the 1-0 to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a splitter in there called strike 1, top part of the zone. So now it looks like they have Mitchell Parker up in the pen. Oh, boy. Parker has not been in an outing in the last few games where he hasn't given up a run, though. So Ruiz trying, maybe just do what Young did, just poke it up the middle. Find something. The pitch to Ruiz. He swings and grounds this one. Foul. First base line. Just barely foul. Almost found a way for that one to be fair. So 1-2 here. 2 outs. Estrada steps back onto the rubber. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Coming set is Estrada. Here's the pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz hits a foul pitch on a high fastball, high and out of the zone. He just fouls that one off. So we just hit 20 likes. Let's go, everybody. Thanks to everyone who's liked. I'll check on the view count here, too. See, we got plenty of people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. The view count flying, too. So let's go, everybody. So to be a 1-2, 2 outs. Lefty Ruiz now facing righty Estrada. He can turn around, hit from his powerful side. The 1-2. Ruiz swings and grounds this one foul, first base line again. He is days early on this dude's breaking ball, so you need to wait back and drive. And that'd be good for Ruiz right here. Just wait back, find his pitch, and go to work. So 1-2, 2 outs. Estrada waits, comes set. Ruiz going to take a timeout now. 1-2 count. He's going to step out, make sure he's feeling okay. Ruiz been a good offensive catcher lately. You don't really get that out of Ruiz as much usually. So 1-2, 2 outs. Estrada comes set. Here comes the 1-2 coming to Ruiz. Here's the pitch. Ruiz swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Catcher Fermin recovers, fires it over to first in time, and that'll end the inning. So Ruiz strikes out on a bad pitch. But Jacob Young delivers an RBI single, and the Nats yet again have the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. They take it back. We are through 5 innings in the nation's capital, and the Nationals have a 5-4 lead. So that time the Nationals get 1 run. They string together 2 hits, a walk, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll head to the top of the 6th, and the Nationals have a 5-4 lead over the Padres. 2 good offenses going after it. But the Nationals seem to want to go to work here. So Mitchell Parker will now come into the game for the Nationals. I was all for staying with Rebalta. He had a good inning of work. I don't see why we don't have him in the game anymore. He faced 3 batters, got them all out. Why is he not coming in back into the game? Rebalta worked an inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. That was a good inning of work. He didn't throw too many pitches. My question is, why isn't he in the game for a second inning? I think he should be in for a second. Yet we're going to go to Parker instead, a lefty who tends to give up runs out of the pen with a 1-run lead. Rebalta did well. 1 more inning is all we needed out of him, and he's going to face Laureano, France, and Fermin. He could have gotten those guys out. He got out Machado, Mero, and Andujar. He would have been fine throwing against those 3 guys. He's a bullpen arm. He is an arm, a strong major league arm. He threw 8 pitches. No, that's a different guy. He threw 7 pitches. Why is he not still in this game? He did not even throw 9 pitches. He threw 7 pitches. So it's going to be Parker to come into the game now. He'll have the bottom of this order. Maybe we can get a couple innings out of him, though. We have 4 innings to cover now. And a 1-run lead to go with. Parker, maybe tell him to work out of the wind. Just treat it like a start. Just work out of the wind. 12 games, 2-1 record, 3 holds with a 5.33 ERA for Parker. Not the best numbers, 21.9 K rate, though. That's a decent number, I'd say. So basically every 4th batter or so, he'll strike him out. He comes set. He's facing Laureano. First pitch is a curveball, cuts in there, called strike 1 at 77. And it's an 0-1 count. So be 0-1 here. Top 6. Parker gets his sign. He comes set. Here comes the 0-1. In there, called strike 2 with a slider at 83 miles an hour. So maybe Parker's going to change my mind a little bit. Let's see if he's going to help out this team a little bit here in the 6th. Now the bullpen's going to be really deprived, though, for tomorrow's game. They're going to need a good inning out of Foster. Maybe 6 innings of work from him. The 0-2. Swing and a ground ball. This is going to be at Nunez. He ranges over, makes the play, fires to first in time for the out. a chopper, and Nunez was in a righty shift there, so he had to range over a little bit, but manages to make a nice play there for out number 1. Nunez has been pretty good today. So that's out number 1. He'll have Ty France now, who's 1 for 2, grounded into a double play, had a single, and scored in that long 4th inning. Top of the 6th we go. 1-run lead for the Nats. Coming set is Parker. First pitch to France. That is high, ball 1 with a curveball at 78, and it's a 1-0 count. So it looks like Ruiz is going to challenge this. It did look like a ball to me. It looked high in the zone. We'll get an ABS challenge. And it is a ball. So it was high in the zone. Ruiz loses the challenge. So the Nationals, yet again, lose an ABS. We have not been good with those ABS challenges. 1-0 went out here in the top of the 6th. That one was not overturned. So Parker gets his sign. He comes set. He waits. Now the 1-0 to France. Low and in ball 2 with a curveball. It's a 2-0 count. Thought he may have won. He used his bat a little bit, but he did not go. So it'll be 2-0, 1 out here in the 6th. I wonder how Butera feels about all the ABSs. Because we don't succeed a lot. The 2-1, and this one is swung on, hit deep to left field. Going back is Lyle, and this one is gone. We are tied. Ty France goes yard for a 6th home run of the season. That was a no-doubter. So the Nationals let up another run. We're tied at 5. Wow. I told you Parker had given up a lot of runs in his few starts, in his few outings. There you go. Another run given up. So now the game is tied at 5 once again. We're all knotted up. Ty France goes yard. So now the game is knotted up at 5, and we'll face, for the mean now, the catcher. He's 0 for 2. Padres celebrating now, but we're tied at 5. Wow, so Parker gives up yet another run to left center with a home run. Here's the pitch to Fermin. That's a curveball upstairs, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. Not a good call here, bringing in Parker. And Fermin hitting 137, okay, he's 0 for 2 on the day, but not a good call bringing in Parker in that situation. So here comes the 1-0. Check swing, did he go? No. So it'll be a 2-0 count. Not even appeal there. Well, they just appeal now. Thomas, the first base umpire, says no. Coming set is Parker. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a foul first base side. It'll be a 2-1 count. 2-1, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. We got a long game here. 2 hours, 26 minutes is my stream time so far. And we're in the top of the 6th. So we got a nice long marathon day game today, or night game, actually. It's an evening game. The 2-1. Up high, ball 3, and it's a 3-1 count. Can't get the spot there, and it's 3-1. So 3-1, 1 out here. Wow, that was a tank hit by France, and no doubter. He stood and looked at it, too. That's when I knew it was gone. The 3-1. Swinging a foul back 3-2. So that fills up the count. Parker, but he has given up runs every start so far, or every game he's been in. He hasn't been starting. He was a guy in AAA Rochester. Orlando Revolta threw 7 pitches. 7 pitches, and we took him out. He had a 1-2-3 inning, and we took him out. The 3-2, swinging a fly ball, hit decently well to right center. Coming in is Young. Young's under it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. That is just my question here. Rebalta was on a roll. He just found a stride. Why would you not bring him in for a second inning of work? And we had an off day and all, but you don't want to use all your arms on one day. But now we're tied up, and it'll be Tatis, who's 2 for 3 on the day with a couple singles. Parker comes set. He waits. The pitch to Tatis. It is in there, called strike 1 at the bottom part of the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. The Nationals, who have been putting runs on the board. They put up 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Held scoreless in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. They're providing their pitchers with runs here. The 0-1, and that is just low with a slider, and that evens up the count at 1-1. They're putting up runs on the board right now, but the Padres are too. First home run of the night for the Padres was just now with the Ty France bomb. So that evened up the count at 1-1. as Parker threw a ball just now. The pitch. Tatis takes a fastball inside, and that makes it a 2-1 count. The Nationals will once again have a Nunez-Wood-Garcia Jr. combo in the 6th inning. They had that same order in the 4th. But 6 batters come to hit in the 5th, and they managed to put one on the board as Parker comes set. Now he steps off now. He wipes off the mound. Looks like it was a pitch clock violation on that. So Parker didn't... So pitch clock violation, so it's a 3-1 count. Or did they say he called time? It's a 3-1 count now. So a pitch clock violation there. So now he's got to throw a strike to Fernando Tatis Jr. 15 pitches for Parker now. The 3-1. In there, called strike 2 with a slider, and that fills up the count. Managed to find the zone that time, and it's 3-2. So 3-2, 2 outs. The hypothetical runners on base will be going, even though they're non-existent. Parker sets. The 3-2 to Tatis. Swinging a fly ball right field, giving it a look as Nunez and the right fielder Cruz, but that one will get out of play. A few sections up, a few people fighting for that ball over there. So it's 3-2 again. 3-2, 2 outs. Tatis up to the plate again. 3-2, 2 outs. Parker sets. He deals the 3-2, swinging a fly ball right field again. This time into foul territory, and Garcia makes a nice catch out there in foul territory. Into the dirt. He was running forward, and he had to make the catch. He had to make a basket catch over his head. Nice play there. Into foul ground. Luis Garcia Jr. running over, makes the catch, had to reach out his glove slightly, and he makes the catch for out number 3, inning over. So they give up a home run in the inning. 1 run, 1 hit. It is a bomb from Ty France, and we're all knotted up at 5. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning as it is all knotted up at 5. Yeah, that was a good play by Garcia, running backwards. Knew he didn't really have much support out there. Running backwards, ball is falling, so he reaches out his glove as he's running, looking up at the ball, looking for it. Makes the catch over behind, kind of here. Makes the catch, so good play by Garcia in foul territory. So that is out number 3 to end the inning. So at the bottom 6, it'll be Nunez to lead it off. Will they stick with Estrada? Will the Padres stick with him, though? He only faced 2 batters, gave up a hit. Looks like it will be Estrada to pitch into the bottom of the 6th to face Nasim Nunez, at least so far. Maybe that's all he'll get, but you never know. Thanks to everyone who's already tuning in, and thanks to everyone who follows me on all platforms. You can find all my links over there on my channel description. You can subscribe, and after you subscribe, go over to the channel description. You can find all my other socials where it houses similar content that we do right here. You can only find the live play-by-play and reaction on YouTube, though. That's the only place you can find that. So now we're into the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Nasim Nunez to lead it off for the Nationals. Let's go. We just hit 21 likes. Let's go, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. So to be Nasim to hit for the Nationals. Padres get 1 in the 6th. Maybe the Nats can respond with 1. Estrada sets. First pitch to Nasim, and that's outside, ball 1. Smoonez up to the plate. 94 outside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-0 count here to start the bottom of the 6th. It's night here in D.C. Got a nice dark sky here for a nice Nats game. Nice environment. Coming set is Estrada. The pitch to Nunez is outside, ball 1 and high as well. So it'll be a 2-0 count. So 2-0 here, bottom 6th. 187 average for Nunez. He has 16 RBIs, no home runs to go with it. But he seems to drive in runs, and he likes bunting too. So if you need him to bunt, he will. The 2-0. And Nunez swings in, puts this one right up the middle. But shortstop Bogarts is there. Fires to first in time for out number 1. So now that'll bring up James Wood here in the bottom of the 6th. The Nationals could use a run, respond after the Padres put up a run. So Wood hitting .274, 15 bombs, 37 RBIs, a .961 OPS. One of the best hitters in the game. Obviously, you could consider him for a Silver Slugger, even now in May. First pitch to Wood. Wood swings and fouls this one off third base side, and we'll do 0-1. who wears number 29. I'm wearing a James Wood jersey right now with the new City Connect jersey. So it'll be 0-1 here with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Estrada. And Wood takes a fastball upstairs, and that evens up the count at 1-1. So 1-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. They could use a barrel here from James Wood. That'd be very nice here. Just anything from Wood. Get something going here. Estrada comes set. Maybe just get on base, Wood. You got a walk in the game, the pitch, and Wood swings and misses at a high fastball, and it's 1-2. Your attitude will determine your altitude. Good quote there from Charles. So 1-2, 1 out here. Coming set is Estrada. The 1-2 to Wood. Wood takes a fastball way high and outside, and that makes it a 2-2 count. So great to have you joining tonight on District Nation Network. This would be 2-2, 1 out. That's what Charles just said. Thanks, Charles, for joining. So 2-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Wood. Swinging a fly ball, hit pretty well to center. Coming in is Merrill, though, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Merrill had to come in for that little looper out, but that's out number 2. Wood is down on the fly out. So Wood got a good piece of it, sent it out to right center, but can't get anything of it. So that's 2 outs now. That'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr., who's 1 for 3 on the day. 2 outs now. Louis has a single, and he tried to stretch it to a double. Didn't work, and Garcia swings and misses at a splitter at 82, and that's an 0-1 count. Garcia's been chasing all night tonight. He has a fly out, a ground out. He has a single, though, but he's been aggressive on a team that walks a lot of guys. Here is the 0-1 coming to Garcia. The pitch. He swings and misses out a splitter. Let's go. We just hit 290. Thank you so much to that new subscriber, and thank you to all you, as we're now 10 away from 300, but thanks to the subscriber number 290. Let's go. So it's 0-2, 2 outs now for Garcia. Estrada waits for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 0-2 coming to Garcia, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a splitter low and out, and that'll end the inning. So the Nationals go down 1-2-3 once again. They're held scoreless for the second time in 6 innings so far. We'll head to the top of the 7th. So Estrada is cruising out here. We'll head to the 7th. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We'll be right back. Right here on District Nation, we'll be back in just a moment. Don't change that channel. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back in just a moment. Top of the 7 we go. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in here. We're getting going, and thanks for hitting 290. We're now 290 subscribers, just 10 away from the 300 mark. So we go top 7. It'll be Sheets, Bogarts, and Machado for the Padres in the 7th. So the heart of the lineup here. Will Parker be back out there, though? Haven't seen any changes just yet. I hope he's gone. I hope he brought in a new arm. I don't care about pitchers anymore. Parker's back. He's back in. Okay. So that is high ball, 1 with a curveball. It's a 1-0 count at 76 miles an hour. I thought he'd be out of the game after giving up a run, back in the 6th. But then also you got to save some arms for tomorrow. You might want to have Varland or Beater available for tomorrow, either one. You don't want to use Schultz tomorrow now. The pitch is in there, called strike one. Your only lefty available tomorrow now, because you used Awesome Andrew and Mitchell Parker today, you probably just have Lovely for lefties. As Parker comes set, but this isn't a lefty-heavy lineup. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a foul, and we'll do 1-2 now. Sheets is 2 for 2 on the day. A couple hits and a walk. So now we got Adrian Morejon on in the pen. Morhan. That's Adrian Morhan up in the pen. Coming set is Parker. Here's the 1-2. Low and in ball 2 with a slider, and that evens up the count at 2-2. It's going to be 2-2 here. Top 7 right here on District Nation. Live play-by-play. Nationals Padres tied up at 5 here in the top of the 7th. The 2-2 coming. The delivery. Swing and a miss at a slider low. Sets down Gavin Sheets for out number 1. Parker strikes him out. So that's out number 1. So there you go. Out number 1 here. Trying to go to work quickly. Parker setting down the first batter he faces this inning. I do not really want him coming out for a third inning, though. So that's out number 1. And Parker at 23 pitches now. He comes set. Now we're at 22 likes. Let's go. First pitch to Bogarts is swung on, grounded foul, third baseline. It'll be 0-1. This will be 0-1, 1 out. On deck is Machado. He's 1 for 3 today. Bogarts 0 for 3. Had that interesting 6-4-3 that only brought them 1 out. You never see that. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a slider up in the zone. And it's 0-2. So he got that time. Got into the zone, and it's an 0-2 count. Parker steps back onto the rubber. He's getting a sign. He works exclusively out of the set position now that he's out of the pen usually. He waits. Now the pitch. Low and in ball 1 goes off of Ruiz's chest protector, and it'll be a 1-2 count. That one's 79 miles an hour. This will be a 1-2 count. Parker waits. Now he comes set. Brings his hands up. Doesn't bring him as high as he used to as a pitcher. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Thomas. So that evens up the count. Man, Thomas has not been great tonight. So one more for him.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo! Yeah.
Maybe he was right on that one, but still not the best call. Here comes the 2-2. Low ball 3, and that fills up the count to 3-2. Even in a tie game, Mason Miller's probably going to come out in the 9th inning. The Nationals need to get a run on the board. You do not want to see Mason Miller. That is the last person you want to face. Coming sets Parker. The 3-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, but Nunez is there. He fires to first. Not in time. The throw is high. Nasim Nunez throws that ball a little bit high, and that's a base hit. Bogarts beat it out anyway, but Nunez was playing up the middle. Can't make the play. So they're going to give him a single here. So they're going to say official scoring rule pending. We'll check again at the end of this half inning what they call it, but we'll just put him at first for now. If you're scoring, I'm just going to put a line towards first if you happen to be scoring in a scorebook or a scorecard. I'm not going to mark it up for an error or a single anyway. So it looks like it may have beaten him anyway. Now to be Manny. Machado swings and pops this one foul, and it'll be 0-1 with 1 out. Here, top 7. Nunez ranged over and then fired it to first. The throw made Garcia jump, and Bogarts was there anyway, and Garcia tried to sweep the tag. He can't get it. Parker gets his sign. He comes set. He taps his foot a couple times. Now, here comes the 0-1. Machado takes a fastball upstairs, and that evens up the count. So it'll be 1-1 here. Coming set is Parker. He now has a runner at first, though, that he has to worry about in Bogarts. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball on the infield. Everyone's converging. Under it's Abrams, though, and Abrams will make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now. Machado flies out. So you're going to give him a single. Bogarts gets a single now to second baseman Nunez. He's at first with 2 outs. Nationals could strand him, though. It'll be Jackson Merrill to hit. He's 0 for 2 on the day, a walk and a couple of flyouts, or a line out and a flyout. Abrams luckily took charge there, made the catch. So 2 outs now in a lefty-lefty matchup with Jackson Merrill up. The pitch is inside, ball 1 with a slider, and it's an 0-1 count. Or 1-0 count, excuse me, that was a ball. So 1-0, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, or top of the 7th. I am so sorry, messing up a lot of words here. Coming set is Parker. Glad I didn't mess that one up. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a foul third base side, and it'll be 1-1. You got third base coach Bob Henley over there for the Padres, former Nats third base coach. Wonder if he gives the steal signal to Mr. Bogarts, who's on the base paths. Not too fast. Parker is a lefty, so he can lean towards there, the pitch. Merrill's going to take a slider that's inside. Makes it a 1-1 count, or 2-1 count. So I'm going to pitch behind here, it looks like. Did we have it? That was a ball. There was a ball in this count. Didn't realize there was a ball thrown in this count. Kind of forgot. So it'll be a 2-1 count here. Parker sets. He now will take a timeout. 2-1, 2 outs. Just an out here would be great. Get an out, get the hitters back up. You got the heart of the lineup up anyway in Meade, Abrams, and Cruz. The 2-1. Swinging a fly ball. Hit pretty well to right, and that one is gone. Jackson Merrill goes yard. And the the Padres have the lead. So the Padres, a 2-run bomb. Jackson Merrill has a 2-run bomb. Bogart scores. Merrill scores on a homer to right center. The Padres take the lead here in the 7th. Second home run given up by Parker in the game. His 3rd earned run of the game. I mean, that was a slider. Low and in. A pitch that Merrill crushes, and you just served it up to him. Now it's a 7-5 game. So now the Nationals are going to need to manufacture 2 just to tie this one. A 7-5 lead for the Padres. The pitching here, it's just the pitching, and it's really just Parker who gave up 3 runs, and just Rabalta should be in this game. The pitch is swung on and fouled back on a fastball, and it's 0-1. Awesome Andrew gives up 3, so he was a problem a little bit. But Parker just matched his number in 1 2/3 innings. I don't see why we didn't have Rabalta in. Parker, come sit. Here's the 0-1. High ball 1 with a fastball, and it's a 1-1 count. So 1-1, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Now you just got to get the outs. Just get outs. 268 average for Manuhar. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He had a fielder's choice, a single, and a ground out. The pitch is low and in. No, he did not. So it's a 2-1 count on a 78-mile-an-hour curveball, and that'll make it 2-1. Thomas is really, first base umpire Thomas is not being aggressive with the swings at all. Craig Stammen, the manager, must be pleased with himself now with this management job. The 2-1. Swinging a line drive down the left field line and foul, and that'll make it a 2-2 count. So Parker has 2 strikes on him now. 2-2, 2 outs. Parker comes set. He waits. Now the 2-2. Low ball 3 with a slider in the dirt, and that fills up the count. So the Nationals now are going to need Meade, Abrams, and Cruz to probably manufacture some runs, somehow get this lead back. But we have come down from worse, and now Cole Henry up in the pen for the Nationals. Cole Henry, who's coming off of injury lately. This is going to be his first start back. His first game back after Poland was sent down to bring him up. I'd like to have him out of the pen. The 3-2 coming, the pitch. Swinging a foul. Right field line. We'll do 3-2 again. The Nationals did come back from a 6-3 lead against the Cardinals on April 6th, I believe. One of our first home games. I think it was our 4th after being swept by the Dodgers. We came in and beat the Cardinals. We were down 6-3, and Wood hit a 3-run bomb. So anything can happen here. Do not lose faith, Nats fans. Do not lose faith. Especially not when we're playing the Padres. The 3-2. Swinging a foul back. We'll do 3-2 again. Parker working hard here at 43 pitches. Now it is right to bring in Henry and let him go more than 1 inning. I would rather Henry work 5 innings than Parker work 2. Parker comes set. He waits. Now the 3-2. Swinging a fly ball foul down the right field line. We'll do 3-2 again. Garcia can't make this play this time. So it's still 3-2. 2 outs. Garcia did try to go make that one, but slowed down later as it got farther and farther away from him. He realized he wasn't going to make the catch. So it'll be 3-2, 2 outs here. Parker comes set. The 3-2 coming to Andujar, the pitch. So in a ground ball up the middle. Nunez there. This time he makes the play, fires to first in time for out number 3. So the Nationals now find themselves trailing 2. And that will end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. We stretch at Nationals Park. 1 run on 1 hit. No men left on base, or 2 runs, excuse me. 2 runs on 2 hits. I apologize. Really not having trouble with the stats here, everybody. I apologize deeply. So 2 runs here on 2 hits. Forgot to fill in Bogart's box. So 2 runs. They get 2, no runners left on base. The Nationals, who have not been trailing in this game at all. They've either been tied or winning, have not trailed at all, and now they find themselves trailing. So we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. We will stretch. So this is just as good as stretching here. I can play this here. Charge! So now Morejon will come into the game for the Padres here in the bottom of the 7th for Estrada to face Curtis Mead. He's a lefty to come into the game. We'll see how many innings Estrada works. I'll just get their lines up here instead of having to manually calculate them. For the Padres, Matsui's line was 2 innings, 1 of each. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. And then Estrada goes 1.1 innings, 1 hit, no runs. And he also had a strikeout. No walks, but he had a strikeout. So those are your lines. We're at the bottom of the 7th inning, everybody. We have stretched from Nationals Park. We're ready for the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Curtis Mead to lead it off for the Nats. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Let's go, Curtis. Get something going here, Mead. Just get on base, find your way. The Nationals could use some offense here. Mead, Abrams, and Cruz, 3 guys I'd love to see in this situation. We'd like to get Wood back up to the plate, though. Wood getting back up would be nice. So here we go. It'll be Curtis Mead here. Padres, 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Nationals, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Those are a couple of the lines. So now it will be Adrian Morejon. 25 games, a 4-1 record, 10 holds with a 4.18. He's a lefty. He comes set. He will face the righty Mead for his first AB, though. First pitch is going to be a slider that slides right in the strike zone there at 89 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. Just slid right into the zone there. So it's an 0-1 count. Bottom 7 here. He throws a sinker, a slider, a changeup, and a 4-seamer. As he comes set. Here's the pitch to Mead. Mead swings and misses at a sinker at 100 miles an hour there, and it's 0-2. Mead hitting .246 with 8 bombs, 22 RBIs on the season, and .858 OPS. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a homer and a single. Scored both times. Be nice for him to get into the hit column again. The 0-2. Mead takes it inside with a fastball at 99 miles an hour. Almost touched triple digits there. Stays down at the double digits, though. Mead almost got that one, too. He almost got hit on the elbow guard, but he doesn't. He's very protected there. An elbow guard and a hand guard. The 1-2. Mead swings and misses at a changeup low at 93 miles an hour. Strikeout number 1 for Adrian Morejon for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. So now it's a lefty-lefty matchup with Morejon against Abrams. Be nice if Abrams could get the Nats on the board here in the bottom of the 7th. They've had a scoreless 6th. They've only had 2 innings scoreless, the 4th and the 6th. Morejon at 4 pitches now, facing Abrams. Here's the pitch. Abrams swings and lines at third base side, and it'll be 0-1. Ballgirl will chase after it, grab it, and she's going to give it to a nearby kid wearing the old City Connect jersey. Oof, that's good. Everyone still wears that jersey. I never actually had the old City Connect. I don't even think I had a shirt for it. I appreciated the other jerseys. Here's the pitch, and Abrams takes the slider inside, and that evens up the count at 1-1. This is much better than the years before that. This is much better than the bloom. The blueprint is so much better. I love the colors with this one. And the hat, too. The hat is so much better. The 1-1 to Abrams. Abrams takes a sinker right in there, called strike 2 with a 100-mile-an-hour pitch there. So it'll be 1-2. Morejon back onto the rubber. Gets his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. The 1-2 to Abrams. Abrams takes a slider outside, evens up the count, but catcher Fermin will ABS challenge this one. We just got the replay, so it is touching, so I think this is going to be called strike 3. Yes, it is. Called strike 3. Abrams is down looking. Strikeout number 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. He gets the first one swinging, now the next one looking. So now to be Dylan Cruz to hit. He's 1 for 3. Morejon liked that challenge. Bottom of the 7th. And it'll be Dylan Cruz, the righty, to face Morejon, the lefty. Now, you got to build your offense over the fact that we're going to face Miller in the 9th. 2-run game against the best offense in the league. Miller's coming in. The pitch. Cruz takes a sinker at 101 in there, called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. The Nationals, though, if they can get a hold of it, because if Cruz were to get out here, hopefully he doesn't, Wood is coming back up. Here comes the 0-1 to Cruz, and Cruz swings and misses at an 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-2. So Morejon making quick work of the Nats here, has Cruz on 0-2 quickly. A threat to strike out the side. He only had to face one lefty in the order, too. Morejon comes set. The 0-2. Cruz swings and grounds this one to the second baseman, Tatis. He fields it, fires to first in time for out number 3, and Morejon sets down the Nationals 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. We will head to the 8th. 2 scoreless innings in a row for the Nationals. We'll head to the 8th. The Padres still have a slim 7-5 lead. The Nationals could take that away at any point, though. So the Nationals, chances are, going to have to see Mason Miller now. You didn't want to see him, but you're going to have to. So we got a pitching change here. Cole Henry is going to come in for Mitchell Parker. Mitchell Parker worked 2 innings. He gave up. Let's see how many runs he had total. He had 3 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. Did he even strike anyone out? He struck out 1 guy, walked none. So that's his finishable line. Not the best outing from him. So Parker, I don't understand why we didn't send out Rabalta again. I know I've been talking about it, but Rabalta out for a second inning. You only need Parker for 2. Later, I don't know if it would have been the same. That's the thing. They're showing an ad for the City Connect jerseys. Let's go. City Connects. They still have House in the ad, though. And he's wearing the wrong number anyway. He wore 12 when he was in the big leagues. Now he's in AAA Rochester. But they have Cole Henry in the ad, too. Cole Henry, one of my favorite Nats pitchers, probably. He's been changing his arm angle lately. Now he throws in the high 90s from a side with his angle. So a good pitcher. Top of the 8th, we go. It's going to be Laureano, France, and Fermin. Once again, the bottom of the order. But this bottom of the order has 2 hits. And they have 3 runs here in the 7, 8, 9 slot. You got Laureano has 1 run. France has 2. And Fermin is 0 for 3. So that's the only good part of facing the bottom of the order is you get to face Fermin. So top of the 8th we go. Here we go, top 8. Cole Henry will come into the game in a 7-5 game. So maybe just let him ride for the rest of the game. Sometimes a closer, sometimes a guy coming in for a hold. He wears number 99. 7 games so far. He had injury problems. He's 0-2 on the season. No holds with a 6.43. Last season was much better. Had a few saves in the 2025 season when the Nationals were looking for a closer. Obviously, you had Ferrer for a good amount of last season. I believe we traded him in the offseason. But he was supposed to be the guy, and then they traded him away. And then they were looking for a closer. Henry swings. That's going to be fouled off by Laureano, and it's 0-1. Here in the top of the 8th, Laureano, he's 0 for 2, but he has a walk on the day, and he scored on a fielder's choice in the 4th. He got on the fielder's choice. Couple stolen bases for him. Henry sets. The 0-1 is swung on, popped up, shallow right. All of them are converging. A triangle is formed, and it's going to be Dylan Cruz to make the catch in foul territory. Dylan Cruz came running in to foul territory as well and just makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 8th, and I'll bring up Ty France. He's 2 for 3 on the day, and he has a bomb. So Cole Henry will have to be careful with this guy. So it'll be a righty-righty matchup, though. Henry, a very good arm. He waits on his sign. He comes set. Facing the guy who's 2 for 3 now. Here's the pitch. And that's way inside ball one with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's ball one. Almost got him with that one. 286 average for France, now 6 home runs on the season with 17 RBIs, 855 OPS. Grounded into a double play, had a single, and then a bomb. The 1-0. Swinging a just jammed him, and this one right to the pitcher, Cole Henry. He makes the catch for out number 2. Oh, there's catch. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's catcher interference. Ruiz interfered with him, and on first. Come on, man. So on the backswing, before he even got to the plate, he nicked the glove of Ruiz, and it's catcher's interference. So that puts Ty France on first with 1 out. Catcher's interference. That's a mental mistake. Come on, Ruiz. Now runner on first with 1 out, and it'll be Fermin, the catcher. Here's the pitch. Inside ball one with a sweeper at 84, and it's a 1-0 count. So 1-0 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Henry waits for his sign. He's got it. He comes set. Here's the 1-0. Check swing. Did he go? It was inside. Yes, he did, says home plate umpire Ripperger. So 1-1 count now. That was a way inside pitch, and he kind of threw his bat at it in defense. He went all the way around, really, on that swing. So that evens up the count. 1-1, 1 out. Henry steps back onto the rubber. He's got a nice mustache going there. All black hair. A black mullet, kind of. A longer mullet. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a sweeper low and away. That arm angle really helps him now, though, because he can get movement on his sweepers. He throws it from the side now. So it'll be 1-2 now. 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Henry. Yes, called. Strike 3. Henry puts it right in there, and Fermin is down looking. Strikeout number 1 for Henry in the inning. Out number 2. So now that'll bring up the top of the order, and Fernando Tatis Jr., he's 2 for 4. He's going to hit here in the top of the 8th. Wonder who the Padres setup man will be in the bottom of the 8th before Mason Miller. So Henry will face Tatis, a righty-righty matchup. A good matchup here. Here's the pitch, and Tatis takes a sweeper in there, called strike 1. Swept to the outside part of the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. So it's 0-1 with 2 outs. Henry gets his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. I like seeing him from the side with his arm angle, though. Here's the 0-1. Low ball 1. He used to be over the top, very hard thrower. Now he was a starter before. Now he's out of the pen. He's from the side. And he doesn't throw maybe as hard, but he still has that arm angle that really helps him, and I really like that. He still's got a little bit of velocity. The 1-1. Swinging a line drive, right field, that's a base hit. Fielding it cleanly is Cruz. Stopping at second will be France after the catcher's interference. He'll stop there. And Fernando Tatis Jr. has a base hit, his 3rd hit of the day. So 2 outs now, runners at first and second. And that'll bring up Gavin Sheets. He is 2 for 3 on the day. He also has a walk, but had a single in the first. He had a single in the third where he scored on it, a walk in the 4th, and a strikeout in the 7th. So 2 outs now. Here's the pitch to Sheets, and Sheets takes one right on the leg. That one ran inside on him with the sweeper, and the bases are loaded. So Henry threw that sweeper way inside and nicked Sheets with it. So runners at first, second, and third now. Bases are completely loaded. Tatis moves up to second. Up to third is France. And on first is Gavin Sheets with 2 outs. So now Cole Henry's going to have to work out a bases loaded 2 outs. Hopefully he can leave this scoreless. It'll be Xander Bogaerts now. 1 for 4 on the day. Scored back in the 7th on a single. Henry steps back onto the rubber. Steps back up. Stepping in is Bogaerts, a righty-righty matchup. So coming set is Henry. He waits. First pitch to Xander Bogaerts is low ball 1 with a fastball, and it's a 1-0 count. So 1-0 here, 2 outs. Just get out of the inning, boys, and then bring them back up in the bottom of the 8th Try to get runs. That's all you can hope for, because you're going to have to face Miller now if you can't tie the game. Or if you even tie it, you're probably going to have to see him. The 1-0 is inside, ball 2. Ruiz wants a challenge, though. Looked like it was inside. We'll get the verdict in a second. So it'll be 2-0 here with 2 outs. We'll look at this. 1 ABS left for the Nats. And now there's no ABSs left for the Nats because the call is upheld. It is a ball, so it'll be a 2-0 count now, and the Nationals are out of ABS challenges. One moment here. Excuse me, there, just had to go off camera for a second. So it'll be 2-0, 2 outs. Henry sets. The 2-0. In there, called strike one with a sinker that just nicks the inside part of the zone, and it'll be a 2-1 count. So 2-1, 2 outs. Henry steps back onto the rubber. He wears number 99, and that was not a number that was given to him during spring training. He was, I'll just keep it. No, he chose 99. He wanted 99 as a number. The 2-1. So in a ground ball, this is going to be at the third baseman Meade. He's going to take it himself to the bag in time for out number 3. So that's a fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. And now the Nationals will have to get some offense moving. So that ends the inning. They do not get any runs. They get 1 hit. I don't know if they call catcher's interference an error. I wonder if they consider that an error. I will check here. I'll check the box score at least. Do we have an error? So we do have 2 errors now. Wow. Where are 2 errors? That's interesting. I'll check what our 2 errors are because I thought we only had 1. So, Nunez has an error now. So, Nunez was given an error now on that grounder. So, they're going to switch that to an error. And, of course, now, we'll head to the bottom of the 8th now. It is still a 7-5 game. They get no runs in that inning on 1 hit, an error, and now 3 men left on base. They strand them loaded. We'll head bottom 8. Padres 7, Nationals 5. Lau, Young, and Ruiz coming up for the Nationals. See if they can get the offense going. Lau can get it going easily. He's 1 for 3 on the day. But now, if these guys go 1, 2, 3, the guy to face him, I hope they don't, but if you need to, Wood would be a good guy to face Miller. I feel like that'd be a good power matchup. But Mason Miller's been good. He's been really, really good. So troubling here. Can they get through it? So at bottom 8 here, got about an inning and a half left to play here in D.C. And you got 2 more games of the series, and they stay at home for 3 more games for a series. The Dalen Lau bobblehead's cool, and all the triples he had, that's what they're showing it off to be. I love that Lau celebration, though, when he hits a triple and he does that. That is a really good celebration where he does that. That's a great celebration. Love seeing Lau do that. So that's going to be Dalen Lau to lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th. It will be the same pitcher in Morejon. Here's the pitch. Lyle takes outside with a fastball. It'll be a 1-0 count. Bottom of the 8th we go. 12 pitches now from Morejon. 11 back in the 7th. Can the Nationals get to this guy? Because Miller's up in the pen probably for a save. Here's the pitch to Lyle, and he swings and grounds this one right back to Morejon. Throws it over to first in time for a 1-3 ground out for out number 1. So Lyle can't get that one for a hit, and that's out number 1. And that'll bring up Jacob Young. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out looking. Drew a walk and has a single that drove in a run back in the 5th. Feels like an eternity ago, though, when we were scoring runs. So now that's the end of the day for Adrian Morejon. Craig Stammen will come out and take the ball from him. We got a new pitcher. We'll see who it is. Real quickly. Is Mason Miller up, though, as Morejon is out of the game? He faced 4. He set them all down. Adams going to come into the game for the Padres. Jason Adam will come into the game. Age 34, 2-0 record with an 0.96. 18.2 innings, worked 10 strikeouts. Maybe Adams going to pitch the 9th instead of Miller. Then we might have a chance. So that was a good 4 batters faced by Morejon, though. You got to give him that. No hits. No runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So a good line for him. So now Adam will come into the game. He's a righty. So they have a righty to face. So they really just wanted Morejon to face Lyle. Now Young and Ruiz. Young's going to hit from the right side. Ruiz will turn around and hit from the left side. This is the guy to try to get runs on, though. Bottom of the eighth, same situation we had that April 6th game, just different hitters. Let's go, Nats. Get it going. Let's go, Nats. Charge. Here we go. Bottom eight. Nationals. We're going to face Jason Adam. If you want to get runs, Adams maybe not the best guy to do it on, but they should try. Do or do not, there's no try. Let's get 2 runs here. Make Miller come out of the pen. Make Miller have to hold us because we're tied. Don't make him try to get a save. Make him get a hold at best. Because Miller is definitely warming up now, and you don't want to see him. So we'll head to the bottom of the eighth. 1 out here. Jason Adam into the game for the Padres to face the Nationals. So like, there's tarps off. So French-Canadian boys have their tarps off at Nationals Park. That's interesting. Didn't know they were tarps off right now. It was posted 3 minutes ago. Are they going tarps off again? Wow. They really want to go tarps off. So maybe the tarps off will help out the boys a little bit. So now to be a pinch hitter here for Jacob Young, it's going to be Jose Tena to send up a lefty against him. Now the tarps off. Let's get a rally. So now, Jose Tena, 221, 3 home runs, 13 ribbies for him. Been pinch hitting a good amount. Now he'll get his shot here with 1 out here in the bottom of the eighth. Adam comes set. He'll face Tena. 2-run deficit. That's all it is. Just 2 runs. The pitch to Tena. Tena takes a slider upstairs, ball 1. We saw Adams' ERA is really good. Sub-1 ERA. Throws a slider, a changeup, a fastball, and a sweeper, though. His fastball is his 3rd most used pitch, though, so you're not going to get it too much. Tena swings and misses at a slider low in the zone. That evens up the count at 1-1. So 1-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the eighth. Let's go. We got to get some runs on the board, and this is the inning to do it. Yeah, now Tena into the game. Here's the pitch. Tena swings and lines this one into right field. That's a base hit. Jose Tena is going to get the rally going here in the bottom of the eighth. He's got a base hit. So the Nationals get a run. Or excuse me, they don't get a run. They get a hit. They don't get a run just yet. Tena laces that one into right field for a knock. So he's got himself at first with 1 out, and that'll bring up Keibert Ruiz. Now, if the case Nunez comes up to the plate, do you pinch hit him? Because you want some pop, or do you just go, do you leave him on? So here we go to be Keibert Ruiz now. Already has a homer in this game. He's 1 for 3. The pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a slider outside, ball 1. If Ruiz gets on base, you got to pinch run him. You have Millis on the bench. You got to pinch run Ruiz. You have to, because you got to have a fast runner out there. I think in the end it would be, I don't know who's fast out there. Probably Vivas. Here's the 1-0 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and grounds this one through the hole in the right field. And he misses the ball. The right fielder, Laureano. That's Tatis out in right. Tatis missed the ball. Up to third is Tena. And now there's runners on the corners with 1 out. A classic play that you do not want to mess up. Fernando Tatis Jr. botched the grounder to right. A routine play out to right he should have fielded. It went off his glove, and Tena got an extra bag. E9 sends Tena to third, and a base hit for Ruiz. And now to be Nasim Nunez with runners at the corners with 1 out. See if there's a pinch hitter here. Adam gives up 2 hits. Ruiz finds his way on to first. Tena at third, and it will be Jorbit Vivas here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 240 average, 1 home run, and 5 RBIs. The Nationals threatening here. Here we go. Vivas got some pop in his bat. They probably want him for that reason. Now all that's left on the bench is Chaparro and Millis. So they're unloading the pen here. Millis is off the bench. So Millis is going to pinch hit. Or pinch run. Charge! So Song is now at second base. Tatis moved to right. Laureano moved to left. So Song is there. Tatis in the right. And Laureano to left. Sheets is out of the game after getting hit by that pitch. Now to be Jorbit Vivas with runners at first and third. Chance to at least drive in one. Coming set is Adam. The pitch to Vivas. Vivas swings and flies this one. Shallow left, coming is the left fielder Laureano, getting behind it. He makes the catch. Tena stops at third. He doesn't go. So that's out number 2. And that'll bring up James Wood with runners at first and third with 2 outs. Adam at 6 pitches. He's faced 3 batters. I'm surprised they haven't called Miller up yet, because this would be a situation, and here we go. Is that Craig Stammen coming out of the pen? Is that Craig Stammen coming out of the dugout? Nope, it's just some signals being called, but James Wood has a chance once again to do what he does best. Here we go. Now someone will come out. I believe that's the pitching coach. Are they going to walk Wood here? Wood, and yes, Craig Stammen coming out of the dugout. We're going to get a pitching change. No. Oh, boy. Here we go. Now entering the game for the San Diego Padres, Mason Miller. Mason Miller is coming into this game to face James Wood. Here we go. Here is the battle we want. Mason Miller here in the 8th will face James Wood. Only 1 out gotten by Adam. He gives up 2 hits. We don't know his run total just yet. He didn't walk anybody. He didn't give up any strikeouts. So here we go. It's going to be the battle we wanted. Mason Miller versus James Wood. This is really king of the court right now. The best pitcher versus the best hitter. What will happen here? Here we go. Let's look at Mason Miller's stats now. Get a look at what we're looking for here. Here we go. This is going to be a great matchup. This is the matchup you want. Mason Miller this season, 23 games, a 1-1 record, an 0.76 ERA, 23.2 innings worked, 47 strikeouts. Here's what I'll say. If I was talking to the Nats here, he's 16 for 16. He's given up 10 hits. He's given up 3 runs. He bleeds red. Well, now it's getting real, says Rodney. Yep, it's getting very real here. Mason Miller will face James Wood with runners on the corners. James Wood is the go-ahead run. The tying run is Millis over at first. Miller bleeds red. 3 runs given up this season. No hit batters. He's walked 9 guys. 47 strikeouts. But once again, he bleeds red. He is human. He has given up 3 runs. Last 7, he's 0-1. An ERA of 0, though. 5 saves over 7.1 innings worked. Over his last 15, he's given up 2 runs. Over his last 30, he's given up 2. Here we go. This is the matchup you want. This is why you watch baseball, to watch a matchup like this. Remember, no spoilers in the chat. ESPN is a terrible spoiler, but here we go. Mason Miller to face James Wood. Highest OPS against right-handed pitchers, it's Alvarez at 105.2, and then Wood at 102.7. And then, fun fact here, Abrams third with 102.3. So here we go. Mason Miller to take over. 52.2 K percentage. Once again, he's 16 for 16, but there's a loss on his record. He is breakable, and James Wood will be the guy to try to do it. Here we go. James Wood to face Mason Miller in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is the matchup we've been waiting for all night. Miller, arguably the best pitcher in baseball right now, against Wood, the best hitter in baseball. First pitch. Outside, ball 1 with a slider at 86, and it's ball 1. I thought he'd walk him. Load the bases for Garcia. I thought that was going to be the case. A slider, a four-seamer, and a changeup for Miller. But everyone really knows his arsenal by this point, how famous he is. The 1-0. Wood, check swing. Yes, he did. And it's 0-1, or 1-1. So they say he didn't go, but it's called strike anyway. So that evens up the count. 1-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. If one team could break the best closer in the baseball game, it would be the best offense in the baseball game. Coming sets Miller. The 1-1. Wood takes the slider inside, ball 2, and it'll be a 2-1 count. He hasn't really thrown the power fastball yet. Wood's still waiting on it. So it'll be 2-1, 2 outs. Here we go. Miller checks the runner. He comes set. The 2-1. Wood swings and misses at a slider low and in. Millis doesn't go anywhere as the ball gets away from the catcher. Just a little bit away, so it's 2-2. He confronted him with that slider, threw it low and in, and Wood bit. So So it'll be 2-2, 2 outs. Does he go to the fastball or does he stick with the slider here? 2-2, 2 outs. Miller nods. I bet he has the fastball here. I'm willing to bet he has the fastball. The 2-2 coming. The pitch. Wood takes a fastball upstairs. Ball 3. 3-2, 2 outs now. Miller has thrown 5 pitches. On deck is Louie. If he were to draw the walk, the bases would be loaded for Garcia and a lefty up to the plate. The bench, all you have is Chaparro, and I don't think you want Andres Chaparro facing him. 3-2, 2 outs. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. James Wood draws a walk here in the bottom of the 8th. That shows it. James Wood was patient against the best pitcher in the league, and he manages a walk. So now to be Louie. Moves Millis, the tying run, up to second. Keeps 10 at third, and now Wood, the go-ahead run, is on base for Luis Garcia Jr. He's 1 for 4 on the season, hitting .263, 4 home runs, 27 RBIs. He has a single, a flyout, a ground out, and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Louie takes a slider outside, ball 1. Miller can't walk him here. Miller will have to go to the fastball at some point. That is the important part, and I think Garcia will be ready for the fastball if he gets it. Really no shift here. A little bit playing towards a lefty shift. Here's the pitch. Garcia takes a fastball inside at 101 miles an hour. Rodney has his fingers crossed. Yep. Best closer in baseball right here against the best offense in baseball. Here we go. Miller now has a 2-0 count on Garcia Jr. This would be amazing if the Nationals could get something done here. Miller inherited 2 runners, so those runs wouldn't be earned to him. The 2-0. Garcia takes a fastball painted in the zone, called strike 1. It is a 2-1 count. 2-1, bottom 8. Garcia up to the bat. Career with the bases loaded. He's hitting .304. No slammies. It'd be a 2-1 here. Miller, the pitch. Garcia swings and misses at a slider low, and it's 2-2. Some Padres fans here are excited, but you got all the Nats fans trying to get up, trying to get excited. The good thing is Miller's at 10 pitches. Could he go to the 9th? If I'm Stammen, I don't even know if I sent him out for the 9th. So it'll be 2-2 here. The pitch. Garcia fouls it off, and we'll do 2-2 again at 89. I really admire how patient Wood was, though, in that at-bat, drawing his second walk of the day, not trying to do anything special. Gets it going. Let's go, Nats. Let's go, Nats. Flashing on the board. Trying to get something going here. A lot of rally caps out there. 2-2, 2 outs. Miller sets. The 2-2. High and out. Ball 3 with a slider. And it's going to be 3-2, 2 outs. Bases loaded. And Luis Garcia up to the plate. Mason Miller on the mound. Miller steps up to the mound. Waiting for a sign. He comes set. He waits. The 3-2 to Garcia. Swinging a looper into left field. Going back to left fielder. He makes the catch. Left fielder Laureano makes the catch for out number 3. Garcia can't get it. And Garcia throws his helmet onto the ground in anger, and that'll end the inning. Louie just barely missed that one. Almost had it to the opposite field. That'll end the inning. We'll head to the 9th. Garcia extremely angry there, took his helmet and threw it onto the ground after the play. Still, got to give him credit. He faced the best pitcher in the league and hung with him in that way. No runs in the inning. Bases loaded, stranded by Mason Miller. 2 hits in the inning. No errors, or 1 error from Tatis. And then 3 runners left on base. What to the 9th? It is still 7-5. Oh man, what a wasted shot. That is what happens when you face Mason Miller. Mason Miller does that to you. Mason Miller is the best pitcher in baseball right now. And we will have to face him in the bottom of the 9th, and it'll be Meade, Abrams, and Cruz to hit. Can they get to Miller at all? Maybe Miller gets taken out, though. So if Henry goes back out, he'll have Machado, Merrill, and Andujar. Whoever goes back out will have those 3 guys. Top 9 we go. It'll be Henry back out there for a 9th inning of work. Vivas is now the second baseman. He remains in the game. Tenna is going to be into the left field. Tenna's in as the left fielder. Lyle is moved to right field. Cruz is moved to center field. So everyone's kind of shifted over. You got Tenna in the outfield now. Cruz moved over to center. and you have Lyle move to right and Vivas in at second, and Millis is now the catcher. It's like a spring training game. You could utilize Wood if you needed to, but here we go, top of the ninth. Ruiz out of the game, though, one of the more offensive weapons. He's been good today, and he's been good in the month of May so far. Since May 7th, he's been really good. So here we go. Top 9. 7-5 game. Here we go. Cole Henry back out there. First pitch to Manny is check swing. Yes, he did, and it's 0-1. 0-1 immediately. Get after a guy like Manny Machado. You got to go after him. So 0-1 here in the top of the ninth. Henry sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, and it's 0-2. But he still got the strike there. Got plenty of people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Enjoy today's game. Henry sets. The 0-2. Low and out, ball one, and that makes it a 1-2 count. So 1-2, no outs. Here, top 9. Henry steps back onto the rubber. He's working here against one of the best offenses in the league as well, and a good staff, but the Nationals are going to have to go back and face Miller. The 1-2 is way outside, ball 2 with a fastball, and that makes it 2-2. The Nationals, wow. They almost got to Mason Miller. Now they're going to have another chance in the ninth. Garcia almost got to him, too. Almost went Oppo Taco on Mason Miller. Just barely missed it. Here comes the 2-2. He delivers. High, ball 3, and it's a 3-2 count now. 3-2 here. 21 pitches for Henry now, but he's a converted starter, so it's not like he's not used to throwing a lot of pitches. He comes set. Henry waits. The 3-2. Outside, ball 4, and Manny draws a walk. So Machado has his first walk of the game. He finds himself on first. He's 1 for 4 on the day. That'll bring up Jackson Merrill, who has a bomb in this game. He's 1 for 3. 1 for 3 here in the top of the ninth. The runner at first is Machado. Henry steps back up to the rubber. He comes set. First pitch to Merrill is outside, ball 1 with a fastball, and it's a 1-0 count. So you're in the top of the ninth. Thanks for hanging out with me. We are going to have a good bottom of the ninth, though. Heart of the lineup versus Mason Miller. 2-run game. Will they send him back out, though? He already pitched in the 8th. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 1-1. So Tenna, once again, Tenna's in left. Cruz in center. Lyle in right. Vivas is now at second. So that's your fielding new players. And Millis is now in his catcher. Here's the 1-1, and Merrill takes a cutter in there called strike 2, and it's a 1-2 count. So I'm going to switch to a rally cap probably or some sort for the bottom of the ninth. Maybe on screen I wear a rally cap. Coming sets Henry. The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball. Deep left center field. Going back is Cruz, though, and Cruz makes the catch on the track for out number 1. Sets out number 1 here in the top of the ninth. Merrill didn't like it. So now it'll be Miguel Andujar to hit. He's 1 for 4 on the day with a single. Just remember, we won't be on the call tomorrow. We will be. And there we go. 291. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Hope you enjoy the game. So we are now at 291. We're 9 away from 300. Let's go. Henry faces Andujar with Manny over at first. He sets. First pitch to Andujar. That is outside, ball 1. Can we get to Mason Miller in the ninth? It'll be impressive if we can. That'd be really cool if the Nationals could get to Mason Miller. See, 1-0, 1 out. Coming sets Henry. The 1-0. In there, called strike 1 with a sweeper, and that evens up the count at 1-1. So 1-1, 1 out. Here in the top of the ninth. Henry gets his sign. He comes set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul in 1-1-2. What's up, Dr. Delay and their viewers? What is up? Thanks for tuning in, Dr. Delay, and thanks for the redirect. So thank you, Dr. Delay, for that generous redirect. Dr. Delay redirect. Let's go, Bucks. Yeah, we got Padres Nationals over here. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Got him. Cole Henry sets down Miguel Andujar for out number 2. So now it'll be Ramon Laureano, who has, in the 7 hole, he has had a fielder's choice, a walk, and 2 ground outs, or 1 foul territory flyout. So he will hit for his 5th plate appearance, 4th at bat. Let's go. And Dr. DeLay, just to tell you, because you're here, we are facing Mason Miller currently. Swinging a ground ball, foul, third base line. That was pulled foul. The Nationals faced Miller in the 8th. To everyone, I'll give you a quick update. Wood drew a walk on him, and then Garcia flew out to left. So that's what we did to Miller. Miller, as I said, one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. We'll see him in the bottom of the 9th. Henry. Come set. He has an 0-1 on Laureano, the pitch. Swinging a looper right back to the second baseman Nunez, playing up the middle. That's Vivas now. He throws to first in time for the out, and that's out number 3, inning over. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. No runs, no hits. 1 man left on base on a walk. We will head to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Padres 7, the Nationals 5 as we head to the 9th. The bottom of the 9th inning, the Nationals need 2 runs to stay in this game. Here we go, everybody. Let's see if the Nationals can do. We got 78 people in the chat. Let's go. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We got 78 people here. Let's go. I think the top I've ever had is, I think I had 200 at one point during the Braves game when we had 4,000 views total. But thank you so much to being here. To everybody, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel. We'll see if Mason Miller comes out for the 9th inning. Even if he starts it, I think they're going to let him try to get the save. Converted starter, of course. So he's got stamina. Let's see if they put him out for the 9th. We got 25 likes. Let's go. Help out the channel. Be sure to hit that like button if you're coming over from Dr. DeLay as we head to the 9th inning. It is the Padres 7, the Nationals 5. Here we go. Got to play it one more time. Charge! Here we go. Meade, Abrams, and Cruz. Will they face Miller? Only time will tell. Will they draw Mr. Miller here in the 9th? It will be Miller. It will be Miller for the 9th inning. Here we go. Curtis Meade here in the bottom of the 9th will lead it off in a 7-5 game. Wearing number 45, essence of Joey Meneses probably lives in him. Here we go. Curtis Meade in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll step up to the plate. Remember, ESPN to the new people. ESPN is a little bit ahead of me. Let me make the call. No spoilers in the chat. Just enjoy the game. Here we go. Miller will be out here for the 9th. He's at 13 pitches. The pitch to Meade. That's high, ball 1 with a fastball. Meade finds a way on. Abrams could do something here. If anyone has the best chance to get to Miller, it's Abrams. Miller has not given up a hit yet in his 2 batters faced. Here's the 1-0. Meade takes a fastball upstairs, ball 2. I've never seen Miller have a walk problem, a really control problem. This might be just something he does. He likes to live outside the zone. Miller comes set. The 2-0 to Meade. Low and out, ball. Oh my gosh, come on. That was low and out, but it's called a strike.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
Looking at the replay, it was a ball, but we can't challenge it because the Nats are out of ABSs. Here comes the 2-1. Meade, way high with that slider, and it's 3-1. Derek Cafee says they can do it. What's up, Derek? Thanks for tuning in. He says they can do it. Yes, they can. This is a team that's had many rallies. We have come back on the best closers in the game. No reason we can't do it to them. So it'll be 3-1 here. Meade has to be hacking, though. If Meade gets the pitch he likes, might as well unload on it. Miller's going to have to give him something good here, something in the zone. The 3-1. Meade takes low, ball 4, and the tying run is coming to the plate. Miller with his 2nd walk of the game. That's got to be something he doesn't do much. And now it'll be C.J. Abrams. And the Padres have already thrown 6 pitchers in this game. Now it'll be C.J. to try to take a hack. Doesn't even need to think bomb here. Just needs to think nice and easy. Miller comes set. Meade takes his lead away from first. He's a threat to go. Here's the pitch. Abrams takes a slider outside, ball 187. Catcher Fermin will call time and come out and talk to Miller. Fermin just trying to calm him down. Get a strike, though. If you get a strike to CJ can unload on it. Dylan Cruz on deck, Lyle in the hole. Now, pitching coach will come out and talk to. Maybe they're delaying time to warm someone up. They haven't shown the bullpen just yet. Maybe they're trying to make time for a bullpen arm to warm up. Pitching coach will come out and just talk to him real quickly. Let's see if the Nats can get to C.J. Abrams, or to Mason Miller. C.J. Abrams up to the plate. Abrams' line today, 3 walks and a strikeout. He's been quiet. He's 0 for 1. But the 3 walks, though, he's been patient, too. He has been very patient, very quiet. Let's see if he can get loud right here. Bottom of the 9th. Runner at first. Miller steps back onto the rubber. Leading away from first is Meade. Miller still off the rubber here. Now he steps fully on. He'll go into his shuffle position. Waits. He comes set. The pitch to Abrams. Abrams just pops this one up foul, and it'll be 1-1. That gets out of play. He was all on that fastball. All in on it, but he can't get a good piece of it. Just barely nicks it foul. Wow, he barely nicked it, and he sent it up to probably the 3rd deck. That's how powerful that fastball is at 100 miles an hour. He sets the 1-1 to Abrams. Abrams takes the slider top part of the zone, and it's 1-2. No ABS challenges left, so they can't challenge it. 7th inning or later, Abrams is hitting .270 this season. 2 doubles, a triple, 6 bombs. So it'll be 1-2, and Miller wants a new ball put in play. He will get it. So 21 pitches for him now. He's still wearing a long sleeve shirt, though. It's kind of warm weather, and he's in a long sleeve. Miller sets the 1-2 to Abrams. Abrams lines this one down the right field line, but foul. He was a day early on that slow slider. We'll do 1-2 again. 22 pitches for Miller now. Here in the bottom of the 9th. He waits. Waiting still. He now comes set. The 1-2. Called strike 3 on a slider right in the zone. What are you looking at, CJ? Called strike 3. That's the first strikeout of the night for Miller, out number 1. That'll bring up Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz still looking for a signature moment in a Nats jersey. Why don't he find one right here? Nats, a lot of the Nats already have their signature moments. Let's get Dylan Cruz one right here. The young rookie against the power throw-in fastball of Miller and the slider. The pitch. Cruz swings and misses early on the slider, and it's 0-1. He was ready for a fastball there. He didn't get it. Dalen Lyle's on deck. Lyle's got the clutch gene, so get on base, Dylan Cruz, because Dalen Lyle can hit a fastball hard. He was early, though. He was expecting a fastball. I bet Miller goes back to the slider here. Here's the 0-1 to Cruz. Cruz swings and fouls this one back on a slider. Decided to wait back a little bit. Still not getting a full piece of it. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Had a single back in the 3rd. Drove in a run. Drove in Abrams. Meade still at first. He's making Miller work a little bit. He's got to hold someone on as well. Cruz steps up to the plate. It'll be 0-2, 1 out here. Coming sets Miller. The 0-2. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but right fielder Tatis going back to the track. He makes the catch in front of the track for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Cruz got a good piece of that one, but he's down. So now to be the last chance for the Nats will be Dalen Lyle here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. 7-5 game. He's the tying run. 259 average, 7 bombs, 27 ribbies with a 7.39. 1 for 4 on the day. Miller steps onto the rubber, facing Dalen. Remember, no spoilers in the chat. Just let me make the call. First pitch to Dalen. Lyle takes a slider right in there, called strike 1. I think you got to swing at the slider now because Miller's throwing it a lot. So it'll be 0-1, 2 outs here. Miller comes set. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and misses at a 101-mile-an-hour fastball. He can't get a piece of it. Meade, looks like Meade just moved up to second. So Meade gets the bag for free. Guess they'll give him a stolen base on that. He gets it. So they're going to give him second base. Doesn't matter as much as the Padres think he does. Probably not as much. So 0-2, 2 outs. Coming set is Miller. The pitch. Low in the dirt. It'll be a 1-2 count. Miller, the best closer in baseball right now, against Lyle, a young star, blossoming now. So it'd be 1-2, 2 outs. Blossoming in D.C. Miller steps back onto the rubber. He waits for a sign. He's got it. He comes set. The pitch to Lyle. Swing and a miss at a slider, and that ends the game. Mason Miller sets down the Nationals. Works a long save there. That's his 17th save of the season, and that ends it. The Nationals will lose this one 7-5. They go back to 500. They're 29-29. Once again, Mitchell Parker gets the loss. Looks like Miller seems disappointed about this save. He doesn't look too happy. But the Nationals can't get the win. Jeremiah Estrada gets the win. Mitchell Parker's credited for the loss, and the Nationals go down in this one. They lose game 1. So now, my prediction is wrong. I predicted the Nationals would sweep. So they can't take game 1 here. That was a close game, though. We almost got to Mason Miller. Rodney says, thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Rodney. Thank you so much for tuning in today, Rodney. Hope to see you later. So I am still TBD on streaming this weekend. I know I'm doing power rankings this weekend, but I want to talk about this game real quickly. 9 innings of good baseball. For the Nats, really, after the 5th, we just couldn't get the offense going. In the 8th, we had the signs of it. Couple hits in a row. We strung it together. Wood patient, draws a walk. Just couldn't finish it. That's the thing. We could not finish it off. So that is how this one ends. The Nationals lose 7-5. They almost got it. They almost got to Mason Miller. They almost got to the best closer in baseball. But the good thing is they used 6 pitchers in today's game, all of which went a good amount of pitches. Only Adam was the only one who went less than an inning. Everyone else went over an inning. Matsui, 2 innings. Estrada, 1 1/3. Morhan, 1 1/3. Miller worked almost 2 innings. He worked 1.2 innings. These guys are not pitching tomorrow. They're not going to be at their tip-top tomorrow. So tomorrow, the Nationals should be able to come out and get a win. They go back to 500. Game 2. Foster Griffin takes the mound for the Nats. Hopefully Foster can take down this roster. Foster against the roster. So there we go. We will be back Sunday. Power rankings. I may be able to call the game on Sunday. I don't know just yet. TBD. Look for posts. But we will be back Sunday at noon. You can find the power ranking stream with PAS. Either of our channels will have it. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's game. Thank you to everyone who hung out in the chat. Silent listeners as well. Good game here. But Mason Miller, once again, best closer in baseball right now. 17th save. He's probably the best pitcher. Cy Young already in his future. So, just couldn't get to him. The Nationals couldn't get to him. In the end, they end up having 10 hits. They end up getting 9 hits in the game. The Nationals get 9 hits. They just can't put it away. And the Padres take game 1 of this series. Looks like there's the Teo Cruz concert being set up for. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll be back Sunday at noon. I will be at the game on Saturday. Check Instagram for updates. You can check there. I'll be posting photos, videos, everything right there on my story. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's send you over somewhere. I forgot. Let's go for a redirect. Let's go, everybody. Where are we going? Let's go. Spread the love right here. Let's head to... Where are we headed? Let's go... Looks like PAS's game just ended. End of the 9th. Oh, they're going into extras. Let's go. We're headed over to extra innings with PAS. Pure Adrenaline Sports, head over there. Tell them District Nation sent you. We'll be headed over there. There's your redirect link. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you this Sunday at least with Power Rankings. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you then on District Nation. The Nationals lose this one 7-5.